It would be something that
It
dumb.
would be.
And now you're ready to spring into action.
If the days of just getting baked, watching our show.
When they changed narrators, it was odd.
It was weird.
But then they went back to the original.
Yeah. That's when I went back to Canada. And they're like, I'll just go back to Canada. Can I get that beer from you? Thank you very much. Oh, man, I like the new opening music.
That's Hockey on Tap right there.
That's
Is it
Steven
really?
singing.
Is it really?
That's their old band, yeah.
Nice. There's an F in there.
You streaming?
Oh, we're streaming.
Let's see it.
Happy Devils Thursday. This is the Liquidos Podcast and Hockey on Tap doing our own live podcast on the 2022 NHL Draft. I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with Beer Baron, Shorts Guy, Billy Dean,
What's up?
Lil Steve, and Schwim.
It's creeping through the background.
We're here at Pasta Grill by Enzo's in beautiful Mansfield, New Jersey, in the heart of Warren County. And we have some fans coming in. Woo!
Yeah,
there at the bar.
There we go.
All right.
And then there's that old man behind Beer Baron.
Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's got something in his eye. You gotta dig it out.
We have beers.
Beers are
We
flowing.
had
Yeah,
pizza.
beers.
We had beers and pizza.
I had the Bolognese. 4-0 with the Bolognese.
Nice.
Bolognese.
Is that how you pronounce it?
No, I don't know. I'm not Italian. I don't know. I'm just making that up. That's like if I order it at a restaurant, I say, "Can I have the bolognese?" You know, like they say, "Oh, you're a moron."
I try to say ragout
Ragout.
instead of ricotta, like a real American.
Yeah.
Can I get some parmigiano?
So big things happening in the NHL. DeBrincat gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
and
in Ottawa.
Devil's Twitter blew up. The Fitz is terrible. So sucks.
I'm so glad that I could check Twitter like once or twice a day.
Yeah, I'm addicted. It's like crack. I can't get away from it.
I used to have Twitter alerts, and my life got infinitely better when I turned them off. When I turned all alerts from Twitter off,
That's a smart idea.
my life
So true.
actually, I'm not joking. My life went from like kind of like to like I feel so much
Feel
better
good.
about my life.
Feel good.
No way.
You don't want to live in like a toxic land of just horribleness of people like.
Apparently, Paul Bissonnette
Yeah.
might have an inside scoop on JT Miller to Montreal.
What do you think they're moving the first overall to be a bunch more?
I mean, could you imagine?
Could you imagine in the heart of
Vancouver, smart move. I mean,
Oh,
no,
scooching.
but just quickly going to that trade for DeBrincat, 7th overall pick from Ottawa going back to Chicago, along with their second-round pick, I think it's 39, and then a second in 2024. Right, Sean? Was it 2024?
Wow, we could have given that.
We could have given it a lot better than that.
Yeah.
So, but my question to that was the reason why some teams balked at it, and we talked about this before. Originally, they were talking about 3 first-round picks for him.
Yeah.
Like Chicago wanted the
They
world.
wanted a ton.
So do you think, and I asked you this off camera, do you think that a lot of teams walked away from it because they couldn't get a commitment of getting an extension out of him?
Yeah, I mean, and we were chatting, right? And it makes sense that Ottawa would try to take that gamble, especially a team that, you might not get the free agent to go there. You might have to go and make a big trade and try to have the guy at least stay there for a year or two and see how he likes it and then sign a big contract after that.
He could chuck beers with Brady Kachuk.
He could
really get into that party mode. So.
Brady
I would.
Tkachuk
He's
is
amazing.
An animal.
Amazing. I would.
Him and his dad, where they're all watching the Flames playoffs, was
That's why. You know what? I'm hoping the Devils make a move for Kachuk, just to get Matthew Kachuk, just to get Brady to hang out and drink beers.
second overall
because we'd
pick-
hang out with him.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if the Flames really are going to get lose Johnny Gaudreau to say Philly or something, maybe you do make the big trade and you trade Kachuk for like a second overall or do something just crazy and just do
You
a little
just
bit
don't
of a
want us
rebuild.
picking second overall.
No, well, but I mean, I wouldn't want you getting Matthew Kachuk either. So,
But would you? I mean, getting Matthew Tkachuk for the second overall is a great trade because second overall, like we're saying, a lot of these kids that you're going to pick, you need development. Even if you have somebody that's going to jump into the NHL next year,
you're going to have something that you're going to have an asset that's going to make an impact
immediately
in October.
And I would take that in
October.
A heartbeat. In a heartbeat. I'm tired of picking near the top, and if you're going to pick near the top, either you're going to get a great asset out of it, or
it's been a waiting game.
It's
been a waiting game since 2013.
Oh God,
It has.
just the depression.
Well,
just soaking
there was
in.
16. There was 2016 where we
made some stink.
where we beat Schwimm's Tampa Bay once.
Once. Which was before this playoffs, before their loss in the Stanley Cup Finals, was the last time that Pat Maroon had lost a playoff series.
Yes,
was when he was
3
with
straight.
the Devils.
I mean, that guy.
That's
He's
incredible.
Yeah, I mean, a great run for a guy that looks like a caveman. So.
Oh yeah,
and a roller hockey guy.
Yeah.
I always want to point that out. A roller hockey guy.
Yes, he's
an
awesome.
inline guy.
God bless the
gotta like
roller
Pat
hockey
Maroon.
guys.
He's
I know.
awesome.
The Canadians are on the clock right now.
Yeah, Canadians. It does start.
I thought it did. I think
It's
is
a
amazing.
7:03.
I never understood in drafts, right? Why do you give the team with the number 1 pick 10 minutes to get their pick? Just start with their pick right away.
Stop. You don't work in television, obviously, because
It's-
you need to build up. You need to hype this up.
Suspense.
Hold
You've
on.
got to play
So now,
little dumb things.
I don't know
There's
if I asked you
advertising
this.
dollars.
I don't know if I asked you this, but
Whoa, hey guy.
on our podcast, right, we Hockey on Tap, we were chatting about the NHL draft and the lottery show, right? So they have the lottery show, and
Yep.
it's this big hoopla, and
Yeah,
it makes
for nothing.
obviously it makes some money because it has its own little TV special, whatever. But what if you had the NHL draft lottery and immediately you had to go into the draft?
But you're making too
You had
much
to draft
sense.
right away.
You're making
No,
way too
but
much
how,
sense.
How fun would
it would
that
be awesome.
Yeah,
It
it
would be
you're making-
because
amazing.
teams are like, oh, we had to
But
pick.
Like if right now, so the draft is on around us. So if right now they were doing the draft lottery,
that would be
and all
sick.
of a sudden, boom.
Yes.
Sick.
Montreal on the clock, 10 minutes.
On the-
and you
yeah.
have to choose now
Oh.
between. Never mind that they've waited,
Chaos.
3 months to determine if they want Slafkovsky or Shane Wright. They still have no idea.
Yeah.
But imagine they had to do it in 10 minutes, and they're like,
Oh,
so
it
many
would-
people
it
like
would
bypassing
be,
picks.
You
Yeah.
would, and that would be so much more interesting because
Yeah.
you would have a team. You'd be sitting at 5, and you're like, all right, these guys have no idea. They're panicking. Let's try to bump them.
Yeah.
We're going to jump up to number 1. But that's what we talk about all the time. We have these conversations about like how to make the All-Star game better, how to do things like in the okay, man.
Sam's
Do
gotta
you want me
show
to
us
like,
on-
hug?
See, Sam works
Do you
in
want me to hug?
television. See, Sam works in television. We don't.
But I mean, you get into these things that make total sense, like having a team outside of the original 6 playing the Winter Classic would be a great idea. Like starting to reignite some of these older rivalries, starting to bring back like a Devils Rangers when they had it at Yankee Stadium. I thought it was such a great idea.
I think, but I
Minnesota
think
Wild.
that at Giant Stadium would be.
Some possible breaking news. Minnesota Wild tweeting from their account. Kevin Weeks liked it. That looks like Marc-Andre Fleury re-signs 2-year contract.
And we were talking about
So
that
another
earlier.
goalie off
We're-
the market.
Supposedly it was
the
only
goalie
supposed to be a
market's
1 year.
terrible this year.
Who do I have
Goalie
to
market's
beg to get a
awful.
beer?
You just have to go to the bar and
I
ask
know.
for
I'm just
another
going to
beer.
turn around and be like, hey,
Yeah,
that's the best part. We're
at a bar.
we're at a bar.
We
All
are
right,
at a
so
bar.
just wanted to touch base. So we talked about DeBrincat real fast. Another big trade not big trade, but big for the team that just made the deal. Alexander Georgiev to the Colorado Avalanche from the Rangers. They get dealt a third, a fifth this year, and then a third in next year's draft. So that obviously puts a big-time goaltender in a guy that just won the cup. The last time to win, a guy won a cup and then leave his team, Anthony Niemi. But
Went to the Sharks and did nothing.
now
Went to the Sharks
Exactly.
and did nothing.
Now Georgiev goes to Colorado, and him and Francouz are going to be the 1A, 1B tandem.
I hate that 1A, 1B thing.
Yeah, but it's going to
hate
be
it.
that
The
way.
1A,
hate it.
1B, yeah.
No, because you want someone, you want your goaltending duo to be friends. You want them to push each other, but you want to have that one person you can rely on night in, night out.
We're also used to a guy that used to play like 72 games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Like I've never played a game.
Shesterkin last year played like 50-something, and you're like, that's a lot, but it's not.
not compared to
we're-
like what they used to do.
We're never going to see the 72 game mark.
Never.
But If we
Braden
see
Holtby was the last one. He was the last one to do it.
If we see a guy play 60, it's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
If we see a guy play 60, it's going to be a lot.
And to be honest with you, like, yeah, you do want to have like a solid number 2 because, like, if your number, like, look at what we went through. Like Mackenzie Blackwood, we keep bringing in these guys like Crawford and
I was the only goalie in the state not to play for the Devils this year.
pretty much.
It's the way it goes. I was the only goalie in the state not to play for New Jersey.
But you think about it, like, if you have a solid backup, God forbid, like, especially with, COVID and all these, that's just a motorcycle rumbling by. If you have a solid backup, like, you don't have to worry about that letdown of, like, all right, well, we're going to put in our guy who's going to let up 7 goals in, like, first period.
And that you need that solid backup because your starter is going to need rest.
Yeah.
With the way, because I was looking at the Devils' schedule, and it seems like very much every other day, like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday,
spaced
Thursday,
out very
Saturday,
nice.
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever it is. But yeah, you want to have that guy, just the way the schedule is.
Yeah. Yeah, and you need somebody that's going to be able to be reliable. I think that's the number one thing, right?
And we all know from the last couple of years that whoever's scouting the Devils goaltenders, which Sam keeps telling me it's Clemenson.
Shane Wright doesn't look happy, by the way, on
terrible.
TV.
No,
he looks
it's not.
miserable.
Would you be happy?
He knows he's not number 1.
Yeah.
Are they calling it?
They're
Are they
calling it.
Here comes, looks like live in Montreal. So this might just be, they always bring up a former player from the team that's
Gary
hosting the
Bettman.
draft. Yeah, Bettman back from his COVID issue. Obviously, Bill Daly.
Did he really have COVID?
I don't know.
Nah,
but
Did he really
just
have
tired.
COVID?
He was just
he
tired.
might be tired. But it was very smart of him not to go to the Cup final in Colorado because he didn't get booed as much until, Daly said his name and then the crowd booed again. Always good.
Why is she holding an Islander jersey?
Oh, that's weird. What is that?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, what's happening?
Can someone get audio that can tell us what's going
Why
on?
is she holding an
Sure.
Islanders
Audio.
jersey?
She's holding. Is
Someone
there
He's going
Someone
into a
pass?
speech like,
blah,
thank you,
blah,
Montreal.
blah, 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 yeah.
Oh, the great city of Montreal. I love you guys.
Is he gonna? I hope he's trying to speak in French because he probably can't.
Parlez-vous français? Mais oui.
Just quickly, so the top 3 prospects in this draft are, we're right around top 3, top 4. You have Yuri Slafkovsky, you have Shane Wright, the center from Kingston of the OHL. You have Logan Cooley from the USA Developmental Program. You also
Thank you very
David
much.
Yurchek.
Could you imagine they
That's
trade
all
this
right.
pick?
Costa and Grill, greatest place in Mansfield.
Could you imagine they trade this
Just
pick
saying.
to the Islanders?
Well, yeah, I don't.
Why is
but
she
why
holding an
would she
Islanders
hold an
holder?
I don't
Islander
know what-
jersey?
This is a little weird. We can't hear the TV, so.
It's very weird.
Is there anything breaking? Do you guys have anything breaking on
No,
like Twitter?
nothing
Or?
No, nothing yet. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, we need
take a
we
look
need
to
some
see.
audio.
Does that
we
lady
need
there
someone
know
to
that
have
she's
audio.
holding the wrong jersey?
Imagine that. How great would that be?
Yeah, she holds it up.
This is ESPN. I can put on closed caption on my phone.
Oh, do it, yeah.
All right, so live NHL draft order, full 225 picks.
Oh, are they
Obviously,
praying?
Montreal won. Uh-oh.
They actually might be.
Wait, is this?
Moment of silence.
moment of silence.
I feel
who
like
is
such a
that
jerk.
for? I don't. Who just?
No,
No, that wasn't Mike Bossy. I'm not sure.
he's announcing something. He's doing that what he did at the Devils draft, where he's like, "Hold on,
Oh
you
no!
want to hear it?"
You're gonna want to hear this.
I was hammered for that one.
Yeah.
Islanders
so
have
is
the.
I made it onto the draft floor. I
13th
told you that
pick,
story.
So I don't think they would have traded up, but yeah. I'm
Well,
not
they
sure
trade
which
like
is-
Barzell and half the team for.
No,
Scout
imagine-
Islanders have
Barzell.
the-
Oh, I know someone that'll be way upset if they trade Barzal.
Right?
You got the closed caption on?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
That's what doesn't make any sense. Is it a? It could be,
Yeah, but that wasn't Mike Bossy that they just showed.
but Mike Bossy passed quite some time ago.
Oh, Fleury is official. Marc-Andre Fleury official. 2 years, $7 million per. 3.5 per. Yeah, good deal for Montreal. I mean, for
All right, I got
Minnesota.
it here. Blah blah blah. So, just for anyone watching, we do not have any audio on the draft on
fight
any of the
the whole thing.
televisions that are around us. We're trying to figure this out on the fly in
Yeah.
silence.
Oh, you can put that on, really? Oh, yeah. Closed caption.
Closed caption?
I'll try to read as fast as I can. I'm slow.
Yeah, they were talking about Bossy and LaFleur.
They're gonna call.
Oh, is that Guy Lafleur's son, maybe?
Yeah.
It is. Marty
Mark
Lafleur.
Stanley, yeah.
Let's see.
So that makes sense. Obviously, Guy Lafleur just passed before the playoffs or during the playoffs, I think it was. So they have the sun up to announce for Montreal, just I guess a welcome, because they always do like a welcome ceremony
Speaking
before.
French. He's speaking French, according to my closed captions. I know. I am breaking news.
He's saying in French, he's like, the Islanders are taking our pick.
Yeah. Announcing the trade in French.
The Canadiens fans do not look thrilled.
Yeah, they know before we do because they can, obviously.
Yeah.
Still don't know what he's saying.
He said something about Stanley Cup.
Something that Montreal or Canada has not had since 1993. U.S. owns that trophy.
Yeah.
Text. Oh, are they booing? Or are they cheering?
That'd be
I
great
got
if they
these things
booed
on. I
them
can't hear.
Who earns?
Do we want to chat really quickly about the possible number one picks between Shane Wright and Slafkovsky? So that's what it seems to be
According to all
between.
the betting sites, it says Slafkovsky is going to be number one.
Yes, right. Slafkovsky was who I thought was the number one prospect, 6'3", 6'3 and a half, 218 pounds, lefty shooter.
Is this? What is
So
this?
maybe they are doing something on Bossy. Maybe that's Bossy's wife.
Oh, yeah, okay, there you go.
Daughter.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so it's a double tribute.
So now it makes sense.
Okay, yeah, it's making sense, but
But didn't, who is it that just passed? Like, somebody just passed.
Guy Lafleur just passed.
No. God.
Mason, Marchman.
Marchman. Yeah.
Speaking French.
Yeah, I don't know who they were showing before because that was not either of Guy Lafleur or
I think that was Marchman.
maybe.
Oh, yeah. We can look that way.
Wow.
I'm like looking at this and then
Yeah,
looking at
well.
this
Yeah.
and looking at this. But Yuri Slafkovsky,
For a second there, I was kind of hoping. I was really kind of hoping for this big upset to happen right now, which is why she was holding.
it might still. I mean, they're talking.
How crazy
the
would it be if she'd
upside-
be like, by the way, this jersey isn't a Boston jersey. It's a number one overall.
Yeah. But the upset would be, especially in Montreal, where Montreal fans very well know Shane Wright, but Yuri Slafkovsky could be the pick at one. Like I was saying, 6'4", 218, shoots left. He's a projected all-star / top of the lineup player.
Yeah.
A
This is
top
why-
winger.
This is why he's in charge on Monday night.
He's such a good the
He
wealth
sends-
of knowledge.
He sends us a rundown every week, and I think
Yeah, no one reads it.
Hey, listen, I'll be a guest one day, and I'll be like, I read it.
I
And
read
you'll be
it.
like, what'd you do? I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot. But NHL average skater, but his puck position skills are awesome. He does remind me a little bit of Rick Nash, which is it's a good
That's what I
compliment. It's a
heard,
good
yeah.
player.
That's a
at
good
the top of
player,
his game. He was a regular for the top legal club, TPS. Great production. Named the MVP of the Olympics, where he played obviously a huge role for Slovakia,
guy.
I don't believe you.
earning a
Played him.
bronze.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, he doesn't believe me.
Cheers.
That's fine.
cheers.
Hey.
Cheers.
Hey,
Hey, welcome.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
cheers.
Coors Light.
hey.
Of course. I'm drinking Romstein.
The beer and swim.
Sorry.
I get to see them in September.
Dude, I saw that. Well, we can get in that conversation.
They're the booze.
I saw
they
them
are.
at the concert that they got banned from New Jersey for a very long time.
But great speed and skill, top possession, puck skilling, very
That's
high
a
rate.
new word
For, yep.
that he just
Skilling.
Skilling.
Skilling. But he can finish plays. He sets them up. So that's why a lot of people have thought of Rick Nash as a good comparable.
Well, now the Habs fans are actually excited. Oh, here's the pick.
Here's the pick.
Here's the
There's
pick.
Martin
All right,
St.
here we
Louis.
go. Martin
Live,
St. Louis.
Mansfield.
St. Louis is making the
Question
play.
is, what TV do you watch?
Yeah,
Martin
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
I heard he was a bum in Tampa.
Quickly, Shane Wright, though, the
Some
center
agrees.
from Kingston, OHL, 6 foot, 191. Another all-star top of the lineup player. They're saying, top line center, maybe second line center. He's pretty good across the board with skills, but that hockey sense is where they really
Don't they
get
know
him.
the Bouncing Souls wrote that?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were really worried. They were really worried about
Right, don't you know that's from Jersey, dude?
Yeah.
Shane Knight, one of those
Shane Wright.
early
Why is that not our goal
early entry
song?
guys.
Why
Not
is that not our
Shane
goal
Knight.
I don't
song?
know.
Stupid devils.
I said Shane Wright.
You said Shane Knight.
Yeah.
I said Shane Wright.
No, you said Shane
All right,
Knight.
Good night.
Well, here he goes. He's
Shane-
Here we
going to
go.
say it in French first,
He's
and then
gonna
he's going to
pick
say
it
it
in
in
French.
But anyways, Wright obviously being the captain for Kingston, finished 8th in OHL scoring. He was, one of the early entries as a 14-year-old for the OHL. He did lose a year of development, which is one of the knocks he's
Can
kind of
I
got.
ask you a
did,
question,
though.
though? Do you think either of these two, Slavkovsky or Wright, are ready to jump into the NHL
Slavkovsky.
next year?
I think
Slavkovsky,
That's what I
right.
heard.
I think the top
Slavkovsky,
5.
Montreal. Well, no.
I don't
Montreal.
know. Cooley, I heard, was not ready to jump right in.
I think he can.
I think he's going to go to college, and I think that Shane Wright would go back to the OHL to Kingston
That's what
if
that's what I
drafted
heard.
by Montreal.
That's what I heard. Shane Wright go back into
He had a
minors.
nasty tweet about Montreal a couple years ago.
Yes, he did. But who hasn't tweeted something dumb in their youth?
He's like, I'm never going to learn how to speak French.
47
Yeah,
years,
we
you
know
won a
it.
cup.
Oh,
Because he
come
was
on.
drafted. That makes sense.
oh, that's right. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
there you go.
Wait, he was drafted 47 years ago? That can't be
No,
right.
he wasn't
I'd
drafted.
still-
he was
I'd-
undrafted.
Looking the way he looks right now, I'd take him with a pick.
Yeah, right?
Honorable draft pick. But Shane Wright, very well-rounded two-way center, not quite Patrice Bergeron, but that kind of player. That's kind of where we're at with the 1 and 2.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it depending on who goes number 1, it could be a toss-up for number 2.
Hey, we have a beer on number 2, though. We got a beer on
do
number
have
2.
You do have a beer. How long is he going to talk?
I don't know.
they're-
This has been 20 minutes of
Yeah.
a lot of things.
This is why drafts sometimes suck.
Although the
Yeah.
tributes were nice. Now we're
Tributes were nice. Now we're
getting a
in
little.
schlock.
Yeah. Let's get moving here.
Seriously. But then they got to.
Merci beaucoup.
But then they got to jump around and.
So he wasn't even announcing the pick. He was just there talking.
No.
All right.
What happened? I can't read it. It disappeared.
Just waiting.
It disappeared.
He just left.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Bettman's back.
Nice. Hey,
back.
what's up to everybody on Facebook Live,
Yeah.
Twitter Live?
Yeah, hello, Facebook Live. Let's
Hello,
see. Let
Twitch.
me pull this back up, Facebook Live.
Bill Dean, you're off camera. Little
Yeah, I've
Steve is
always
there.
been off. Damn it, it's all right.
Hey.
We can't
Well.
clip.
Sorry we have this like weird angle.
Yeah, we're watching television and
Get
watching.
that prof.
Just make the damn pick.
Seriously.
Blah 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 blah.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Jeez.
I know. I'm trying not to.
Dean's throwing bows.
Seriously.
Slavkovsky does look like a giant human being.
He's 6'4". He's a big
6'4".
boy.
Holy.
He is a
like,
giant
yeah.
kid. I mean, Shane Wright's not that much
6'1",
smaller, but Logan
yeah.
Cooley.
He's 5'10".
So Logan Cooley's 5'10", but that kid's
Yep.
slick.
Yeah, but we're so small up front.
I know.
That's the only thing is we're super
Is
small up
that
front.
is that
What do you got against being small? I'm literally just looking at myself in the camera here next to all you guys.
All these towers.
And now everybody knows why.
5'10", 5'10"?
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Joey. Hi, Craig. Hi, Ramona. Hi, Richard.
What's up to everyone
Nate.
on Facebook
Yeah.
Live?
Hey.
Thank you guys for checking in,
Seriously.
man.
Yep.
Exciting times.
Oh, look at this. We have a defensive pairing and a goalie for Bone Storm here.
That's true.
In
And
one-
both of
Yeah.
us have scored on you
Yes,
as
we have.
Johnson from
defensemen.
Sweden.
As my defenseman.
As your defenseman.
Steven more than Billy Dean, but
Yeah.
Here it goes. Are they going to make the
Stevens
pick
is-
now?
It's a normal occurrence.
but Esteban, when you score on me, it's always incidental.
Hey, hello from Jacksonville, Florida. Holy
Hey.
cow. All right,
Wow.
dude. Thanks for checking in. It's Bossy or yeah,
And
we're
we're
watching live from
still-
Seattle. Yeah, from Seattle.
And see, this is
Dude,
why
I
they
was
do.
just at the
Another
Seattle Beer Fest.
243
That place
left.
is awesome.
I got to get back to Seattle.
Oh, God, dude. Well, let me tell you
All right,
this.
I
I
guess
love
we're
Seattle
officially
because
on the
half my
clock.
family lives from there. But I'll tell you that the city has it's changed. It's changed.
For the worse? Oh, yeah. Well,
It's a little bit
I had a good time
dirty.
when I was in Seattle.
I loved it.
I do want to go
Dude,
back.
I love it. Like, if I wasn't so tied down in Jersey, I would live out in Seattle. But I'll tell you what, I just went out to the beer fest there a couple weeks ago. It's amazing, amazing. a lot of good breweries
unknown
out there.
West Coast, like West Coast breweries. You did
A
not
lot
know
of a lot of local like Seattle-based breweries that were just, I mean, they're like, you walk up and they're like, all right, you get a choice of like their 3 beers or whatever they had, and I can't say I had a bad one.
Okay.
No?
I had like, although I rescind that. I had one bad one because I don't like spicy food. It was like a jalapeno beer, and it was so spicy that it
I actually really
burned my
like
throat.
jalapeno beers when I've had
Didn't Dogfish
different
Head do a
kinds.
jalapeno something or like a spicy something?
Who did?
Dogfish Head did something.
They
did,
had
yeah,
before.
yeah,
The
yeah.
first one I ever had was actually by Angry Eric, which is
Elliot.
Up by me.
Elliot Freeman
Lafayette,
says
yeah.
he thinks something's up between Vancouver and New York Islanders. So we'll see what
Oh,
happens there.
no, JT Miller going to the Islanders for
That could be.
zero
That
cap
would be-
space.
That would be so crazy. I don't know why would they ever do that.
You just don't want anyone going to any of us.
He just kind of wants JT Miller on the Rangers.
No, I don't want JT Moore.
Well, you want a
He says it,
reunion?
but he
You want a
kinda does.
reunion so he
He
can prove to
kinda
you
does.
that he's still worth it?
I mean, the only person that really played with him during that time is, Kreider, and I guess there was a little bit of a falling out. But
That's where everybody's from. That's YouTube Live and Facebook Live where they're from.
Yeah, where are you
Yeah.
guys from?
Yeah,
Where are
we're
you checking in
YouTube,
from?
Facebook.
Yeah, type it into the
People
into
from
the group chat where
Australia.
you're from.
Ask
Where-
us questions.
New
These
Zealand.
guys might not know.
Denmark.
Denmark.
Any Peruvians?
what do we got?
It's preferences? Is that what I'm saying? How many Peru? Yeah, okay.
Oh, look, and now we're gonna go.
We're almost there.
Yeah,
30
we're
seconds.
almost there. Another 18 minutes.
Boo.
Ooh.
It's so weird to look at the last two drafts that were like at people's houses.
Yeah.
You've been drafted first overall.
Yeah.
And there was that like odd delay in all of them. There was an odd delay. Oh, let us not forget that it was at the last in-person Devils draft party that I got to meet and get a picture with Erica Walker.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's all over the internet.
It is all over the internet.
The Erica Walker.
That was before she got engaged.
That was.
The husband,
That's the reason why she got
Yeah,
it.
that's the reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got super nervous. You had to put a ring on it real quick. Who's this guy you're hanging out with?
Shorts guy.
Oh, here they go. They're going up on the stage.
Uh-oh. I hope it's.
Slavkovsky looks happy. Wright looks miserable. I don't know.
They're showing Slavkovsky and Wright, and I hope it's Cooley.
So just
Oh,
quickly,
that would be great.
yeah.
That would be great. Cooley just stands up and goes, peace.
I also like watching
Slaps
the world
right in the
burn,
back of the
so
head.
that's why I would want something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Bob
just-
McKenzie, who normally is
He's
one
dead
of
on.
one of the guys to follow, he does have Slavkovsky as the first. So
And
we'll see
he
what happens.
hasn't been wrong since 2008, I think.
Yeah, he knows pretty much everything.
Now we got another 18 minutes of.
Oh, here we go.
Now we have 18 people left to
Got
talk.
the owner's 3 kids.
We got to speak in French, and then we got to speak in English.
Jeff
we gotta
Gordon.
speak
There he
back.
is.
Hey, he looks good.
Chaka.
He looks the same with that big square head of
He
his.
took Lafreniere in, a Quebec kid first overall. So let's see if he takes another Quebec kid. Ken Hughes, his son Jack.
How funny would it be if
Might
he just
be
goes,
a
Jack Hughes,
first-round
number
pick.
1.
Oh, that'd be great. Hey, should the Devils take Jack Hughes?
That'd be funny.
Just really mess with
Who puts,
everybody.
who puts the J on their jersey?
Well, I was because they can't really do the first initial because it's the same.
No.
They can't do the
They
first
have
2 initials.
14 picks.
Yes.
Wow.
Then Arizona has a ton. Arizona's 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to go to Arizona. Everyone wants to get out.
Oh, you don't want to play in college again? In the
I don't know. That
professionals?
was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Come on. I really hope that the beers at those Arizona games are like $5.
Slavkovsky?
Yeah, looks like Slavkovsky.
Slavkovsky.
Yuri Slavkovsky.
Number 1 is Hot
Well, well,
Mom
well.
gives him a hug. All right. Hot Mom.
Hey.
Hey, you know what?
Hey.
You know what? You knew it was going to happen after the Olympics. He really started to make traction, and then the World Juniors is really when he started pushing for that number 1 spot, and that's shades of Heischer and Nolan Patrick.
Yeah.
Because Heischer came out of nowhere.
Yeah, but Nolan Patrick had injury problems.
Yeah,
and I think
Speaking of that draft, number 4 overall pick.
Oh yeah, we know Kyle McCarr.
Yeah, we know.
We're
We know.
aware. We're
Pretty much
aware.
everything.
We're aware.
we know.
We're aware.
Yeah.
Hey, what trophy didn't he get?
True.
And
Yuri
remember,
Slavkovsky.
we also remember who you picked in 2003.
Yeah. But just quickly, Yuri Slavkovsky,
Rangers legend Hugh Jessman.
6'4", obviously TPS in Finland. One of the top
Is he-
wingers to come around.
Is he the first Slovakian to be number 1 overall?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
good
It might
trivia
be.
question.
Schwinn, first Slovakian ever, number 1 overall. Slavkovsky.
It might be. 'cause
Okay,
Look it
now
up.
The
Now, I'm gonna tell you this.
Czechoslovakia. I can't
This
think. I mean, it's
this
not like it's
could
been around
open
for a
up
while.
the door
Czechoslovakia.
So
longer
either
exists.
for other
trade.
things. They could trade the number 2.
Yeah.
They could trade the number 2 because there's a lot of people that are saying that the Devils were huge on Slavkovsky. So
Yeah.
now that he's off the board, do they try to
What do
trade
the
that number
Devils do?
2?
Here we go.
To get
So now this is a bet that between me and
Me
Beer
and you,
Baron over
yes.
here, where I have David Juracek, the defenseman, and you think that it's possibly Shane Wright.
well, I wouldn't
Now,
be
is it
surprised with
just
Logan
BPA?
Cooling.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
You have to
surprised with
take.
Cooling.
You have to take whoever's. At least take the tag off the damn jersey.
Yeah, I know,
Please.
right? That always
why
pisses-
don't,
that's
why don't they
always so
take the
annoying.
tag off the jersey?
Well, they
Did
actually
you
have his
really
name
want
on
to
it.
buy it?
What
Did
is
you really buy
is
it?
Slavkovsky gonna return the jersey when he takes it off later on?
Oh,
You know, I don't like this one. I'm gonna return it. Can I get a gift receipt for it?
Yeah.
I hope he asks for a gift receipt.
You know what it is.
do I get credit to the Montreal Canadian store?
Yeah.
You know what it is. In basketball, you get drafted and then you get traded immediately. This, at least, the kid, they could give the jersey back if they want to pick someone else. Yeah, the kid was awesome. Obviously, like I said, he won the MVP and for the Olympics.
He could be a stud. He could be an absolute stud.
He's very good. He's strong on his
But you know what?
feet, great
There's a
possession
lot
skills.
of people that are saying that his skating still needs to be
Yeah.
developed.
Yeah, but no, at 18 you can still learn.
You can.
At 18
You can.
you have so much of
God,
still
18.
with so much to
What were you
learn.
doing when you were 18? Sitting in a parking lot picking your nose like
I was acting like a moron. I didn't even drink at 18.
18.
Look at that face.
18 years old, first overall pick. Hey, good for you, kid.
That's the mom.
There's the hot mom.
All right, so
And we're getting banned from Facebook.
Slavkovsky
For
off the
what? For
board.
saying hot mom? I didn't say anything bad. Yet.
Yet.
Slavkovsky
Well,
off the
you
board,
haven't
who I
had
had
the
one.
beer
I had Shin right at 2, Logan Cooley 3,
Here comes
David
the
Juracek
interview.
4.
Kevin Weeksley. Kevin Weeks jumping in. There's something happening.
It'll be another 15 minutes before the Devils. They're on the clock, but the clock isn't moving. The Devils will make their pick at about 7:45.
Yeah, right. The 3 minutes is there, but it's not moving.
Because they have to do the interviews. They have to do
Marco
all the other
Casper.
crap. There'll be
Pick, not
18
sure all the
commercials between now. Here's one interview. Then they're going to interview Slavkovsky.
Do you want to get to the really great names of the NHL draft?
Let's hear it.
Yeah, who's got the name of the draft?
Rucker McGrory.
Nick was talking about him last night, I think.
All right, how about Luca Del Bel Blues?
On the clock, boys.
There you go. Yeah, we're on the clock.
Del
The
Bel
clock's not on.
Blues.
So now, who the hell knows what we're going to do?
Seamus Casey.
Oh, man.
What are you looking up? Any possible things?
That people are like, the Devils screwed this draft up. We didn't even do anything yet. Bunch of morons.
Again, why am I not looking at my Twitter right now?
I know.
Because
I know.
I like my sanity.
Trade time with
I like my
Ramona
Saturday.
saying trade time on Facebook Live. They're not trading.
So
The
would
door
you take
closed.
second overall for
okay, so-
Shesterkin right now?
Our friend Nick Delano saying, don't overthink it. Take Shane Wright. That's what he's saying. Take Shane Wright. I don't
You gotta
disagree.
take the top. You gotta take the top player.
You take
available.
Shane
You
Wright
gotta take
or
top
Logan
player
Cooley,
available.
either or, but Shane Wright makes sense because you have Heischer, Wright, and you have Hughes down the middle for the next possible 10 years.
It does, but this is also a team that took Muka Hamadou.
Listen, you're going to be shocked in like 5 years when he shows up on our bottom six.
When he's the sixth defenseman, I'm going to be like,
When he
came out of nowhere.
He came out of nowhere.
Do we have to remind you who you drafted in 2003?
All right, but it's still.
I think you just like to say the name. That's it.
I mean, I still can't say it right.
Yeah, you're not saying it right. So
Muhammadulin, right?
there you
Muhammad
go.
Muhammad
There you
Dulin.
go.
I know, but we were
Yes.
saying remember, during the draft last year, we were all over the place with that one. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
So
that was
it's
the best
counting
part.
down. We got a minute and 50 seconds
seconds.
left.
Here we go. Here's another interview. Blah, 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 blah.
Is she on a stool or something?
I
think
don't
She
know.
has to be. That dude's huge. She's not.
6'4".
She's
Gotta be
not
on-
6'2".
She's got to be on one of those dumb,
She's
dumb
not.
cases.
Emily Kaplan's not 6'2".
What was
No.
her, Shreem, what was her question? How do you feel in this moment?
Yeah. Are you happy you got drafted?
Yeah.
Of course he's happy he got drafted. He's getting paid to play hockey now.
I see the hats this year. I always see that's another thing too. This is the hat that I'm wearing is from Holtz's year.
Okay.
So I had the year from Zaka and I had a couple other ones. But I always look at the hats that they give them. And sometimes it feels like they don't even try. Like these
No.
are,
But
Yeah.
if it has the year of the founding,
that's pretty cool.
and the Devils have one with 1982,
I will buy that.
and I might have to buy that
Yeah.
as well.
Considering that's the year we were born.
I'd
We were
say you would
founded.
have to buy it, but, you know.
Enschwim.
Yeah,
we were all founded in
the four of us were
1982.
founded in 1982.
We were.
Along with the New
Hey,
Jersey Devils.
right.
I'm an 85.
Billy Dean is young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a baby.
Look at that. Shakir Muhammadulin. NHL games. Dustin Mercer, 82. Holtz, 9. Yeah,
Good
the
for
rest of them,
Mercer.
9.
Racking up 82 is
That's
as a
a-
rookie
that's
is
big,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. No, he was good for them. That's what you want to see.
Cutter. All right.
I mean, they should probably take Jack Hughes.
Well,
Second
we're
overall.
down at like 18 seconds.
Well, I do believe Sam last night said if we picked Jack Hughes and we could do a bait and switch on a trade for like a bazillion different things.
Oh, that's true.
I did listen.
Pick is in. Pick is in.
I did listen. You told me to listen.
Well, there goes the speculation that they were going to take the second overall pick and try to do something with it.
Yep.
I still
So-
think they did. I still think they went to teams and they asked
They
about
probably
DeBrincat.
did.
They probably asked about,
You'd be
John
stupid
Gibson
not to.
or Connor Hellebuck, trying to get a goaltender.
You'd be stupid not to.
Yeah.
But I don't
Kid wearing a
blame
Brodeur
them
jersey.
with a 22 Brodeur jersey. What the heck is that about?
I don't know.
Is that his youngest son?
That was drafted by Marty.
No, that might be his youngest son. His youngest son is only like in his teens, I think.
Yeah, he had a couple
Kid looked like he
young
was
ones.
5,
You ain't 5.
7.
I don't know what size you were at 5 or 7, but
I was a monster.
I was still in a stroller.
All right, so
All right, here they come.
Here
They're
it
coming up to
comes.
the.
there's my guy, Yurchek.
All right.
All right.
Here it comes.
Yurchek number 2.
the big reveal.
I really have no expectation. Like,
Oh,
Oh, I thought Sam
that
knew
was
something.
Sam. Sam just had a partial.
Sam's just making noise.
yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
Devils,
yeah.
Picks in.
The owners. We have the
Tom
worst
Fitzgerald probably
owners.
going to come in.
Come on, Fitzy.
Brodeur.
Who has worst owner? Who has worse owners? Us or
where's
Arizona?
Hagen?
Coors Light?
I'm sorry,
Or
Arizona.
the Sam
Oh,
Summer?
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Coors Light,
thank you.
please.
Anybody else?
We're not
Thank you.
sponsored by Sam Summer, but we can be.
Yeah.
Now we are.
Yeah,
Now we
be
are.
patient. I'm tired of being patient.
Be patient.
Hey,
Hey, Marty. I love that they let
There's
Marty do it.
Hey, did he win more cups than Lundqvist?
Oh, you know why
Man.
they're letting him do it? Because he could speak French.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He's from Montreal.
And he's from Montreal. He's like, oh, let me. Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
Stone Pony. Enzo's
Yeah,
where it's
Mansfield.
at.
Yeah,
Jeez.
seriously.
Back in Mansfield.
All right, here we
I think
go.
that one dude up there is stoned. Look at him. He's pretty high.
All right.
High on life.
There was talks about letting her speak today.
Get it,
That's
Kate.
awesome.
The defenseman. All right.
Look at
that's
that.
a big.
That's a good pick.
Look
So-
at that. Wow.
That's a good pick.
So
Whoa, Shane Wright just dropping down. Sam, who
That's
was
a
talking about that last night?
big pick.
so
Someone
Simon.
was talking. I think Dick was talking about that last night.
Two Slovakians. That's got to be a first in a long time. Or ever.
Let's see.
The fact that two Slovakian players won two.
Yeah, so Simon Nevich at Nitra,
Wow.
1 and
6
2,
foot,
that's
190, right-handed shot,
Wow.
projected, top
Look at
defenseman.
that.
He's above average in his hockey sense. His compete level, player comparable
Six.
is Mackenzie Weegar.
Wow, that's
Who
awesome.
did you pick?
I weigh
Who were you saying?
more
No,
than
who were
him
you
at a
saying?
shorter height.
Nemec.
No, who were you saying it was going to be?
I thought it was going to be the other defenseman, though, David Yurchek,
Look at that.
who they compared to Alex Pietrangelo.
So who's the comparison for this guy?
Mackenzie Weegar.
Okay.
So, how long do we have to wait to see him come
Yeah, that's
in?
the other question.
So he played significant minutes in Slovakia's top league the last 2 seasons. Very good at international success. Scored 17 points in 19 games for his club team in Slovakia. He's played in 2 World Juniors, was among Slovakia's best players on both times. 2 World Championships, including 6 points in 8 games at this year's
Shane
tournament.
Wright, man.
Best defenseman at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup this summer
Yeah,
and the
Shane
Olympics
Wright's
this
still
season.
available. That's crazy.
Well-rounded defenseman.
That's good.
Puck movement's very good. High-end, compete. Brain. He's a smart kid that knows what he's doing. Can get out of tough plays. Hits the seams, makes plays under pressure. Great outlet passes as well.
Part of me wants to go on Twitter just to watch
I'm
Devil's
gonna watch
Twitter
it.
just
Yeah, let's
lose
go on there
their
and just
minds.
watch it
Hey, you know,
blow up.
you know what? I mean, Shane Wright's available for both Toothless and Bone Storm.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
He's not imposing
He could fall.
physically,
He
but
could fall down to that
takes on
level.
the tough minutes and projects as a top-pair defenseman.
I'm ready for some trades. That's what I'm ready for. Now
Yeah,
that Shane Wright's available.
This might bring about some trades for this one. So
Eric Johnson saying we're going to regret this one in the
Thank
right
you.
sides of the league in a couple of years.
Thank you.
What did you say?
Eric Johnson saying that he thinks that Wright's going to tear up the league in a couple of years and you guys will regret it. Yeah, I mean, it's
very
It's a
possible.
shock. It's definitely not one of the
It's
guys that
possible.
everyone thought, but he was in the top 5, projected top 5, so
Yeah.
not out of realm.
Although, a lot of people were saying the same thing about Detroit when they took Moritz Seider, right, at number 4
Well,
that
Moritz
year.
Yeah.
was a monster.
Yeah, but he wasn't projected to go that high. And
No.
look at him. He just won the Calder Trophy. The kid's a
that's
beast. He's going to be a
but that's the
superstar in
thing
the
with
league.
the draft, and that's why I don't get overhyped or overexcited with
Yeah.
a specific person in the draft, because it really is a crapshoot. Like these guys could just be the biggest and strongest at their age group, but then that's it. That's
Well,
where they peak.
you got to trust your scouts, and
Yep.
it's all about your
and
scouts and your management and
And that's the one thing for the most part.
Going
The
with your
Devils
scouts
scouting,
instead of your
the Devils
intelligence.
scouting and their drafting has been pretty spot on the last couple of years.
We talked about Carlson Mercer. It was very good from last year.
Yeah.
It was a pick that not many people were.
Yeah,
Some
and,
people
and
are
he
very
turned out
happy
well.
about it.
So I'm gonna have to.
Oh,
I'm
don't go
gonna-
on Twitter. It's horrible.
Nice. Is
It
the
is
world
exploding.
Is the
No
world
one's happy.
burning?
Oh, it's
now I
burned
need
up.
to go on Twitter.
Now
now I need
Fitz,
to
you're a
go-
moron. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, dude, no.
No.
Why do you hate us? Why do you hate us?
Because a
So
solid defense.
what's the consensus? He's a defenseman, so we're already saying he's not going to be playing next season for the Devils,
Probably,
right?
yeah.
He'll stay
All I'm-
where.
No,
I'm
he's
seeing our
going to be in
cats.
Slovakia for a little bit.
All I'm seeing are cats of mine.
Let your defenseman develop. That's
Yes.
that's
So
the big. That's
so
the
he
big
he
thing.
will emerge when Devils finally get a good draft pick.
What do you mean finally? We've had good draft picks the last couple of years because we suck.
Well, it says Bruins Avs. So what do you want from that?
Has Nick Villano said anything about Nemec? What do you thought?
I think he was saying that they would pick him that high.
He was
pretty high on
I think
him.
last night he was saying that he wanted.
He said he wanted Nemec.
I think so. If
Slavkovsky was there.
Slavkovsky was gone, yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, does this say King's Head? Is that true?
So Beer Baron, I think that
Is that Montreal?
Schwim owes us
Yeah.
both beers. Yeah,
Oh, that's how the bet worked.
Ah,
so now Schwim owes all of us beers.
He's been buried. I've been trying to snap at him for the last half hour.
I think Shroom should have to chug a Coors
Tag
Light
in
now.
third member. Hockey on tap.
Swims on.
This calls for a Coors Light.
This does call for a Coors Light.
Line change. What's up?
Hey,
I
you
left my beer at the table.
gonna have Coors Light?
Oh my god.
They're your favorite kinds.
Oh, it was Marchman that they showed before.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Only if it's
okay.
cold, I'll have it.
Oh, the Kings hired Monorail.
Yeah,
I saw her play
Monorail.
once. I saw her play for the New Jersey Rock and Rollers.
Oh.
It was a lot of fun. All right, so
Is it me or is it unbelievably long in between picks?
It's
way
yeah.
too long.
It's
Oh man, is Shane Wright going to be a coyote?
they do need a top line
No wonder,
center.
no wonder he looks so miserable.
They need to top everything.
He looks like Jonathan
you be
Druin's
mis-
little brother.
So I did hear something about a commentary about drafts here
Kraken
in
could use
America.
him.
How when you're a top player at a younger level, you end up just going to a crap team
Yeah.
instead of going to a team where you can actually
It's worse than football, right?
do well,
Especially if you're a quarterback going to the worst team in the league. It's
like the Jets.
like the Jets. Yeah. I
Sorry,
mean,
Billy Dean. It's
It
like
could
low,
be
that's
worse.
low
You
hanging fruit.
can't develop
be
properly
worse.
unless you're like a Peyton Manning type or one of those future Hall of Famers.
Although I
where
do
you
like that Arizona
for this
finally
kid.
brought back the old
Coyote
logo there.
jersey.
Yeah, that ugly ass logo.
Yeah, you know what I saw the other night? Some artist re-imaged every single NHL team
Oh, I saw
as
that
that
with
style.
their
Yeah.
logo. Yeah,
Yeah.
with their logo. That was cool.
That was very cool. Yeah,
They basically took like a lot of the team's mascots and made
that's
it
what
like
they
into
did.
that logo. It was pretty cool.
All right. Arizona Coyotes picks in with
Should we
the
pour a little out
tired.
for? Should we
So it's
pour a
going to be
little?
Shane Wright.
Should we pour a little
Uh,
out
it
for
might
Shane
not.
Wright?
We might have
So
to.
we
might have to.
R.I.P. Shane
So
Wright.
they were talking
feel
about
bad.
Logan Cooley going to these guys for a while. Maybe they were.
That's because everybody had
Shane Wright is
Slavkovsky and Shane Wright going
1-2.
1-2.
One and
So
two,
Cooley
yeah.
would be the number 3, but now you have Shane
So
Wright.
is Cooley happy now that Shane Wright might have to go to?
Arizona instead of
yeah, I mean, I'd
now
probably
he has-
rather go
unless
to
he gets drafted
Seattle.
there.
Yeah, but then he has to go to Seattle. So
I'd rather go to
which-
Seattle than
rather go to
Arizona.
Seattle.
I guess so.
I'd rather
yes.
because they actually have an arena.
You get to play in a college
True.
hockey arena, though.
Yeah,
It's
heck
a lot
is
of
this
fun.
guy.
I guess experience college.
I know.
read some-
I had a good time.
Arizona, they're starting the season like 20
Javier
out of 24
Gutierrez
on
is
the
a
road or
joke.
something like that. It's going to be horrendous.
This whole just Arizona should not have a team. That's a whole different
Poor
podcast.
guys.
I disagree.
Another topic for another day.
I mean, I know they're a top 10 media market, but they're clearly the ownership and what's going
Well,
on
that's the
there
problem.
does not
the
deserve.
ownership. The ownership doesn't care.
And
When you
their
have- when
fans
you-
aren't exactly.
when
I
you
mean,
have
they have,
crap-
they have a good amount of fans, but they don't have a tremendous following.
But when you have crap ownership,
Bring the team to Quebec City.
Trickle down.
when you have crap ownership,
Yeah.
when you have crap ownership,
Yeah.
because our ownership sucks.
Here we go. Maybe.
Was that a moment of silence for
I think
Shane
so.
Wright
Oh.
becoming a Coyote?
If it actually was.
I do apologize
that's
if
fun.
that was like a meaningful
Yes,
moment of
I think it
silence,
was.
but
I think it was a Marchman. It was probably a Marchman
It
moment.
might have been. He was probably a Coyote at one time.
He just
There's
passed
like
away.
8,000 teams.
Yeah.
All right, Arizona State University,
Thanking
who
the college,
not
right?
even remove their logo from center ice while the Arizona Coyotes play.
Why
there.
would you? Why would you?
That's funny.
That's
Yeah.
marketing for
No,
Arizona
yeah,
State.
Arizona State gets tons of.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
I wonder how many transfers they got over to Arizona State now. Now
They've
that the
actually
Coyotes are
surprisingly been a good program.
yeah, Arizona State is a good hockey program.
Real good program.
Not quite as good as UMass, but
Who?
a winner,
Who?
national champion.
There he is. There it is.
Bill
Logan
Armstrong,
Cooley.
Logan Cooley. Wow. I told you they like Logan Cooley. So Seattle will possibly come away with the best player in the draft.
Imagine if Shane
At
Wright.
4.
Imagine if Shane Wright just drops to the Devils' second round pick. At 37.
Oh, Shane Wright is happy right now. I think I don't have to go to Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seattle not bad. I mean, unless he really falls down to 5, which I can't see him, going past Arizona, who needs top end talent. 5,
Who's at
Philly.
5? Philly.
Oh
They
man.
could get another top, former top prospect instead
No,
of
there's,
Noel
there's,
Patrick. Now they
there's
get
no way Seattle's going to pass
Shane Wright.
on Shane
I don't know.
Wright. There's no way.
Seattle's done some
I mean,
dumb
they
things.
But
made some
Seattle,
questionable
Seattle
selections.
Seattle's another team that needs every single position. So you
Yeah.
take the best
You
available.
have to. There's no way.
You have to.
All right, quickly. So Logan Cooley, 5'10", 174, left-handed shooter, top of the lineup winger, center, probably more like a winger. Very good at skating, puck skills, good hockey sense, compete level. His shot is very good. They compare him to Braden Point. That's obviously going to take a lot to get there.
That's a high
He's
comparison.
a leading player in the 2004 age group for the US MVP. The last 2 years, production doesn't blow you away.
That's when he was born.
Yep.
2004.
That's when he graduated college.
Made
When
the
was he
World
born?
Junior team
That's
as a
1 year after the famous New York Rangers first round draft pick.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
who is that
Canada.
again?
Forget his name.
Hugh Jessman.
He wasn't alive
that
for that monumental
made the-
moment in hockey history.
He made the World Junior team at 17 in a significant role as the number 2 center. Top forward this year for the U18 World Championships. Top player for as a 16-year-old, and he's committed to the University of Minnesota, which is probably where he'll go for at least a
Probably
year.
going to go at least, yeah.
Dynamic, obviously high IQ offensive player. Takes puck up the ice, win it often. Lacks size, but has that tremendous playmaking ability and speed.
Is she crying because he's
Top
going to
power
Arizona?
threat.
Let's talk about
She's crying because she has to go to
let's
Arizona.
talk about how his entire hockey career started when he was a wee sprite.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, guy.
Go ahead, Pittsburgh.
He was part of. So this is you're starting to see this, which is such a crazy concept because you think of Sidney Crosby's been in the league and how long he's been in the league and whatever. But Sidney Crosby started a program in Pittsburgh where he donated a whole bunch of hockey equipment and developmental camps. And Logan Cooley is a product of that camp. And It's just insane to think of Crosby's still in the league and we've known him, but like now a little kid who we donated equipment to way back at the start of his career is now being drafted in the NHL.
Highest
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
as a number 4
Highest Pennsylvania
overall
drafted
pick.
What do we got?
player.
Wild.
Two
trades.
trades.
Two.
There we go. About time.
Always good.
Right.
Always good.
Oh my God! Just
All right.
God,
you
you said
moron.
that same
He's getting
crap
booed,
in
so he doesn't
Jersey.
care.
All right, let's hear it.
We cheer when he has
So
to say
dumb.
trade. That's it.
Trade.
One is
Bradley
Montreal.
Monroe.
Let's see. To who?
So 13.
Okay.
So 13 pick
Okay.
goes
So
to
They're already giving up on
Montreal.
to
Romanov.
Montreal.
Giving up on another defenseman.
Trade number 2.
It's in right now.
Picks. Wow.
Chicago. Is
Wow.
So Montreal gets
Man.
Kirby Doc.
Chicago
Completely.
meaning
Kirby
Getting rid
Doc
of
and Nick
everybody.
Suzuki is their top 2 centers.
just wow.
They're going to be interesting.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Those are two pretty.
All right, so
Wow.
Montreal
Pretty good
just made two trades. They traded Alexander Romanov in the 19th overall pick for the 13th, and then they went and traded 13 and 66 for
Kirby Doc.
Kirby Doc.
Doc.
So
Wow.
Chicago now.
I don't know if a pick also went
Rolling
back.
in picks.
Wow.
yeah, I mean Kirby Doc, Nick Suzuki.
So
top
Chicago has
two
now
centers,
acquired number 7 and number 13.
7 and 13.
Good for
Yeah.
them.
Okay,
All right.
after not
Seven.
having a single first round pick going into today, now has the number
Two top
7 and
15
number
picks.
13.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's very good.
2 in the top 15.
But they don't have
you
anyone to
you just gave
put a
up your
team on the
2
ice.
best young players
Yeah.
in a rebuild, right? Who you could build a team around. I don't
Yeah,
know.
a 24-year-old
basically-
and a 20-year-old.
They're in a rebuild. Now they're restarting the
rebuild.
rebuild.
Yeah.
Like,
And you can even
But-
add
but they
even
still
add Brandon Hagel from last
Yeah,
year
but
to
the-
that
he's
The,
only
equation.
have
Devils,
old
the
guys,
Devils
too.
have been in a perpetual
They
rebuild.
still have Taves, they still have Kane, so they're in a rebuild, but they're keeping their 2 guys,
Yeah,
that-
which,
which they could probably get the most for.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can get
Kane, you could
first round
definitely.
picks,
there
obviously,
something
high
we're
first round
missing?
picks, but we
Are we
know
missing something?
DeBrincat and we know Kirby Doc are going to
Good.
be are already elite players or
Yeah.
going to be elite players that you can build a
Kirby
team
Doc,
around.
maybe not, but he's definitely someone you can build around.
They're
Yes.
very
Well,
good
if it
players
wasn't
that
for
you
his
can build a
injury,
team
like
around.
he was going
Would
in
you,
hot.
would you take him on Bone
Storm?
Storm?
Yeah.
There's
There's the answer.
Yep.
I would
There's
take him
your
on the
litmus
Rangers,
test.
let's put it that way.
It's just you don't know what you're getting with the 7 or the 13,
No.
but you know
Yeah.
what you have with Doc and DeBrincat. But you just
Unless you feel like you really know what's going to be available at those picks and you're
they
confident in
So
that.
Hagel was a first round pick for next year.
Yes.
Right? That's what Tampa
I believe
gave.
so, yes.
now they have another first round pick next year, which is probably going to be a high pick, in the upper 20s, most likely.
What do we got?
So
Everybody on Facebook
Look
Live.
what Matthew Barnaby said yesterday. Read that out loud.
Right at 4. Yeah, so Matthew Barney, you said Slavkovsky, Nemec 2, Cooley
Wow.
3, and then right 4.
Wow.
Good job,
yeah, that's
Barnes.
right at number 4. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, Barnaby.
Hold
Barnaby's,
on, hold on.
Barnaby's the
We gotta
Twitter
really
account to follow.
bring that one up. All right, so we got a really good one. There's Montreal's move. Wow, Chicago trying to beat Arizona North. It gets better. Kane is definitely punching a cab driver
Oh
tonight.
my God.
Corey Elk,
Yeah.
Corey Elk saying you guys need to trash this team, meaning the Devils, I'm going to guess. Corey Elk also saying this organization blows.
Yeah, Devil
Devils
fans
fans aren't happy.
not very happy
Yeah.
with.
No, I mean,
No.
listen, Nemec I had as a top 5 pick. A lot of scouts and pundits like this kid. He's going to be a very good defenseman.
I know what's disappointing with taking a guy like this is that he has potential.
It's not a
potential.
sexy pick.
Yes,
They
it's
want
not
a
a sexy pick.
No, it's
and
not.
it's also when you have a number 2 overall pick, you expect him to come into the league immediately and make an impact, just like a number 1 overall pick too. But we're running into drafts now, consecutive years, where it's taking time for these guys to really develop into something significant.
3 years, too.
And somebody
Pretty well
like
enough for
Nemec
Which-
is going to be, as a defenseman, especially,
And they take
it's
longer.
going to be a little bit of time.
Well, and that's
And Sam, the shirt, please.
Yeah, Sam's got a shirt
Hold
for
on, we got
everybody.
a shirt.
For everybody watching,
I'm not a Devils fan, but
Yes.
for all you Devils fans,
be patient.
be patient.
Be patient. You can one
It's
day turn
going
into
to
the
come.
Rangers.
It's going to come. You need to wait. Like it's good teams
Still
don't come
there.
overnight.
It's all right.
It's
You can
got
one
to
day,
take some time.
Yeah.
You can one day be like the New York Rangers.
There
Now,
we
just
go.
quickly,
Well.
two Rangers prospects that a lot of guys were not very happy about that have turned around pretty well. Braden Schneider, which obviously they jumped before the Devils to take him 2 years ago. He's had a very good season. He's played the playoffs very well, and also Keandre Miller.
Let's call it
who's
good. Keandre Miller, yes. Let's call
29th
Braden
overall pick.
Schneider.
Everybody thought it was a joke because he was a forward in high school and college.
There it is.
Shane Wright
Hey,
goes
Shane
to
Wright
Seattle.
is
Shane Wright is a Kraken.
Yeah.
Little,
Nice.
little Jonathan Druid.
I
got
still
it.
liked that
does look
trade.
good.
He looks like Druid, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I still like that trade suggestion of Sidney Crosby potentially being traded to the Seattle Kraken and then aptly being nicknamed Sid the Squid.
Yep, very good.
Ditching Sid the Kid, going with Sid the Squid.
He needs to
Yeah,
do something.
it's-
He's 30-some years old. He needs a new nickname.
Shane Wright, 6'1", 191, righty shooter, top of the lineup player. Very
Number
good across
4
the board.
overall pick.
Number 4 overall pick.
I think everybody's consensus he will be in the league starting
Yes.
first game of the season.
Seattle
Probably, yeah.
finally
Well,
makes
on
space for
Seattle,
the draft.
especially.
And we
Yeah.
don't know number picks 1 through 3. We're unsure. Probably. in
Slafkovsky,
fact,
I think, will be.
Slafkovsky probably will.
Yeah.
But 2 and 3 probably. Oh well,
Probably
2
not.
certainly not. Logan Cooley almost certainly not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
4 certainly yes. Will be in the league next
Yep.
season.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Player comparables, poor man's Patrice Bergeron, someone like Mika Zibanejad, captain, top player, lost a year to COVID like most of these prospects, but that really did hurt his draft stock. He's one of his underagers, came in as a 14-year-old, but 8th overall in scoring, the kid knows how to shoot. He's got all the talent in the world, he's going to be a good player.
Can I
And
interrupt you
that's
for
where
a
the
second?
Devils
You
are
said player comparable Patrice Bergeron or Mika Zibanejad, who are very much not the same player
So,
at all. So is it a Patrice Bergeron or is it somebody who doesn't play defense at all like
no,
Mika Zibanejad?
no. Mika actually played on the PK, the top PK, which our PK was actually
Yeah,
very
but that
good this year.
doesn't that doesn't mean
No,
he's
but
like elite
this year
defensive.
he's become
That means
better.
he's a scoring threat
So-
on the PK.
So the thing is with him, right? Shane Wright can score, he's a goal scorer, but he also knows how to play defense, knows how to play in his own end as a center.
So, poor man's
And
Patrice
Zibanejad has gotten better at that.
All right,
But,
well,
but
I still
Zibanejad is a much better scorer than Patrice Bergeron is,
I
goals-wise.
don't know about much better.
Goals-wise.
Much better, maybe. He's got a better shot than Patrice.
Which is where they say that he is a top-end shot, Shane Wright.
I want to know what happened. Why did
so-
everybody sour all of a sudden
I don't know.
on Shane Wright?
A lot of people think
You know
that
what, though?
one year
Everyone
hurt
had
him.
him 1 or 2.
That 1 year not playing hockey really hurt him.
I can
Yeah,
tell
but
you
that-
who doesn't care. It's Seattle and the
I-
fan base.
Seattle's
This
They're
time,
happy as a
this time
pig
last year,
in
Shane
something.
Wright was the number 1 hands down.
Yeah.
Like,
He was number one hands
Yeah.
down for a long while,
Yeah.
up until about a couple weeks ago.
Not even a couple weeks ago, like last week, even somebody they wanted to try and make it, have some discussion about
No,
like,
here's
oh,
the-
Saturday
here's all the
probably shouldn't
trades.
be, and then
So,
here we go.
What about Montreal
All right, here-
trading another?
So it's just Kirby
again,
Doc, just Kirby
Romanov-
Doc, the 13th and the 3rd.
the Islanders get Romanov in the 4th, the Blackhawks get the 13th and the 3rd, a third rounder,
pick,
sorry,
yeah.
and then the Canadians get Kirby Doc.
I mean,
So-
the Islanders getting Romanov.
I think that's very good for them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's good because the 13th overall pick, you don't. Again, it's a mid first round pick. You don't know what you're getting. It could be a star. It could be
Could be a
Yeah,
flops.
but is
We
Romanov
know-
really worth
I don't
the
know.
13th overall?
I don't know. That's a good because he didn't really excel too much in Montreal.
No.
Some would say
On
that
a
he
But
was.
Montreal
who,
team
but
that-
who did
Some were
excel
saying,
in
yeah,
Montreal?
I don't think
Who did
this,
excel
this,
in Montreal?
This Montreal team is not built for a defenseman to develop,
No.
and they also didn't utilize him very well. Also, healthy scratch routinely, right? But he's a player that had a lot of promise, and he's a defenseman, very young still, and if he's given the opportunity to develop. But that being said, in a Barry Trotz system, I think he could have developed
Trotz
very
is-
well.
Oh, he
Yeah.
could have.
Now
No,
he's
no,
gone, but they get the assistant coach they promoted, so it's probably a lot of
Very similar, probably
a
a very
similar
similar
style
system.
to what
Yeah.
Barry Trotz is doing. So it could be a good situation for him on the Islanders. And if I'm an Islanders fan,
I think you like that trade.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you like
I
that
think you
trade.
like
Parker
it, right?
Murray, wow, Kirby your enthusiasm.
Curbing my enthusiasm.
I get it.
No, but Shane Wright, obviously, I'm sure he's disappointed that he fell. Everyone wants to be the number one overall
However, he's probably happy he's not in Arizona.
pick.
Yes.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I wonder.
I think
I'm
he'd wanna be
curious
there.
if that
he'd wanna
tweet
be. Canadian
came
kid.
back to
possibly.
hurt him.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm curious of that.
it's a good point. But Slavkovsky is legit. So
No, he is legit, and I get that, but that would have followed him. That would have followed him his almost
yeah, look at
his
now.
entire
How
time.
tall is Shane Wright?
6'1".
6'1". Now look where Emily Kaplan is.
Yeah,
She's
a little
5'1".
short
She
than
definitely
that.
was on something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Took
yeah.
out Slavkovsky.
Yeah.
There's probably so they couldn't back the camera up anymore, so they just put her up.
She's standing on a carton.
Facebook Live, we're seeing your questions. I'm trying to get some
Yeah.
stuff out here, but a lot of talks about Pavel Zach on this team again.
We want more trades.
Yeah, seriously, more trades. Make it more exciting. I'm not. Listen, It's like Steven was saying. It's not.
tough.
It's not the sexy pick.
Yeah, it's a tough pick, especially with who you see on the board in Shane Wright, in Dick
But again-
Yurchik, who was someone that everyone thought could be more offensive. A bigger mobile defenseman. Nemec is more of your stay-at-home. He's going to be smart with the puck, and you need those guys. Trust me. We have Ryan Lindgren is one of them. And
You and I, from our positional play in the game, we know you
Yeah.
need to have solid goaltending and defense to win
Yeah.
anything. So you
I
know
mean, perfect example. Look at Ryan McDonough and what he did to solidify the Tampa Bay Lightning's blue line. I mean, Hedley can go and be the monster that he is because Ryan McDonough on that second pair taking hard minutes. And you have that guy that can play defense and make the smart plays and get out of trouble, like a Ryan Lindgren, there's tons of guys throughout the league that do this. And if this is your guy, then you can pair with hopefully a Hugh Hughes or a Dougie Hamilton in the future. Guys that can move the puck.
Yeah.
That's a huge add and a huge piece to have on the team.
Tampa's going to be missing him next year, big
Oh,
time.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
going to miss. They're going to miss. They're going to feel the
but
effects of that.
I can see why Devils fans are a little upset because we did blow it with Adam Larson picking him 4.
Adam Larson, part 2, says Robert Pataccio.
See, but let's not forget
Yep.
we did select Scott
Cutter
Niedermeyer.
Gauthier.
There you go.
So Cutter
Oh,
Gauthier.
great. It's someone to hate right away.
Yep.
There's a reason to hate him.
based on his first name?
Based on the fact that he's a flyer.
So
okay.
this kid's 6'3", 189. He's physical. He's a middle lineup guy. He's above average and compete and his puck skills comparable. JT Miller, who we just talked about, possibly getting
Who
done.
you want?
You would love him
Obviously
back in
versatile and
NY.
important for the U.S. NDP. He played on the wing with Logan Cooley. Power play 1. He's committed to Boston College. He's got the frame. He's got the skill to be an NHL player. It's just making sure that he can get, the hockey IQ and make the smart plays. But the kid's a power forward, right? And he knows how to put the puck in the net. Philly needs.
He's from
they like-
Sweden, but played for U.S. developmental.
I think he was born in Sweden, but he came.
Okay.
I think he's from the U.S. Yeah. But 34 goals, 31 assists in 54
Well,
games.
I hate him already.
He's going to be the quintessential flyer where he's going to be a pain in the
jerk?
butt to play
A
against.
jerk?
Well, hopefully not a jerk, but
He's a flyer. He's gonna be a jerk.
Cutter Gauthier.
That's
is
what
an
happens
awesome
when you go
name,
there.
too.
It just happens.
Yeah. Wasn't Cutter's like a bar in Morristown at some point, Sam?
Yes, it was. That was Sam's spot.
So there was a lot of speculation that the Devils would reach and take him at number 2.
Wait, which Jack Hughes?
The good Jack
real
Hughes.
Jack Hughes.
The good Jack Hughes.
The real.
But yeah, JT Miller comparable, so we'll see how he does in Philly.
But those comparables are tough because
Yeah.
it's a lot to live up to.
You want to get on the screen?
My comparables,
You can get close to
just,
Schlitt. It's okay.
just so we know, it's more of the prospect when they came up and how they were
Oh,
supposed
for
to play.
sure. Yeah. No, I understand where it comes from. The thing is, like, with a lot of, I was just going through the whole Twitter universe of just
Is it miserable?
exploding.
Is it
like,
miserable?
"Oh, how could you take Nemec at number 2? I'm like, listen, the thing that they did last year, you take Hughes, this year you take Nemec, you take 2 very mobile defensemen, and you take 2 guys that were at the top of, you take 2 defensemen that are at the top of the class. I don't think
and
it's a bad choice. I don't think you're reaching by taking them.
If I'm not mistaken, we've had defensive issues over the last couple of years.
Just say a
If
few.
I'm not mistaken.
Just say a few.
Here we are trying to address our issues.
And it's not good
Everyone
enough.
loses.
It's never good enough.
Nick Gallo on Facebook said it's the right pick for NJ. It's not what annoys them. What annoys them is last year they played meaningful games at the end of the year. This year we still need further development, so we're going to abandon that.
Okay, yeah, I don't disagree with that. And you have guys that are not going to be there right away. So Luke is another year away.
But that's what the Devils used to do. They used to draft players, and they used to go to Albany, and we didn't see them for 2, 3, 4 years.
Storm away, and then they'd show up, and it'd be instant impact.
Yes.
You've seen Jack Hughes. You've seen Dawson Mercer. Holtz is close. He's going to be around there soon. All right, so they are playing with some of these top prospects, which you want to see as a fan. You get to see them grow with someone like Jesper Bratt.
Unfortunately, because we have nothing else.
Yeah.
Well, it's also
You got to put something on the ice.
yeah, but I understand the frustration of we haven't been able to do anything. We want to start winning now.
Yeah.
It's like
we're tired of losing. It's
inevitable to feel that way.
We all feel that way. We're tired of losing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what I want to mortgage your future, when you think about the Taylor Hall trade, it was great at the time, but then it felt like Ray Shero tried to fast track the team to get to a point that they
Square
weren't
peg
at.
in a round hole.
Yeah, and it was
Square
like,
peg in a round hole.
we're trying to take the rebuild and push it way faster than we were,
And
and
it
that's
set us
what really
back.
set us back.
It set us back a lot.
So you look at what Fitz is doing right now, and I know a lot of people give him grief, but I feel like what he's doing is he's building a very strong defensive core because you feel like the pieces they already have, bringing in Nemec, bringing in Hughes, you have a lot of really young talent. I know a lot of people are saying that you can lose a lot of, Hughes or Heischer's prime years by wasting it. You got to think these guys are 22, 23 years old. If they're hitting their prime now, then that's bad for them. They should be hitting their prime in 26, 27. And still have them locked up for a long time.
Still have them locked up.
Still
Playing well for years.
Dude, you know
I'm a defensive-minded person, so I don't mind this pick at all.
Neither do I.
I don't mind this pick at all. I'm a defensive-minded person because our team showed we can score throughout the season. The Devils showed that they can score. The problem was we could not close a game down and win it.
Yeah.
Because we kept letting up late goals, going into overtime, and losing.
Yeah, and you need to get that back end secured, and you need to and listen,
because that's the hallmark of what won us cups.
Next is the goalie.
What's going to be the goal? Yeah, 100%.
That's got to be next.
It's just going to be they need to solidify the goaltending position.
Yeah, well, yeah,
and they need to fix.
Oh, that's last year. I'm like,
they need to fix the other little things that they.
Oh, this 2021 trade. I was like, did they just trade just?
I just saw that. I'm like, wait,
again?
I'm like, Chicago, another one?
They just traded back for Seth Jones.
Now, Boquist just actually signed a 3-year deal with Columbus. So, yeah.
Watch it back there, Schmim.
Boquist is going to be pretty good.
100%. I just hope his brother lives up to
There's
it.
JD. That guy.
Good old JD.
I got yelled at by him.
Yeah?
I got yelled at by him.
Being a jerk.
You got yelled at by a lot of people.
I have been yelled at by a lot of people. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, JD yelled at myself.
There's former NYR.
Actually,
Rick
Sam
Nash.
was there. Sam,
that Rick
were you
Nash?
there when JD yelled at me,
still looks
HNG,
exactly
and
the same.
JJ?
He hasn't aged.
Yep. We were waiting for Cam.
I like it.
Yeah, we made the Sam Rosen.
Sam Rosen
HNG
yelled
made
at
the
you
Sam.
too?
No, we made a crack about Sam Rosen.
You want to say
we
that
were
one?
waiting for Cam Jansen,
Let
friend of the
Schwinn
podcast.
say that one?
What? Do I want to know what this is?
Year check.
No, just funny.
Oh.
This one.
What
Just
am I
read that
reading?
one.
This?
No, read down the line. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
I'm reading this. Just noticed Ron Hextall walking over to the Flyers table to advise their scouts to take Nolan Patrick over Cal McCarr. What a joker.
You can say whatever you want to say about Heischer, but they did take Patrick
And
And
that's
third overall, Mikko Heiskanen, right? I mean, very good selection. But
Yeah.
There's my boy Yarmo.
But I'll tell you what though. Again, this is where I trust the Devils scouting.
You're a slacker, Dubois. You always will be. I love it.
David Yurchik,
There you go.
There you go. That
sixth
was,
overall, Columbus.
that was the beer pick.
Yeah, that's the one that I thought the Devils would take, possibly Alex Pietrangelo type player.
You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for Devils fans to post their video reactions, kind of like when Daniel Jones was selected by the Giants.
Kinda like
some of those
Kind of like
video
when
reactions were
the
great.
Rangers won the number 1 overall pick, and I ran around with my shirt off.
That was pretty good. You don't take your shirt off.
I don't think they'll be that.
David Jiricek, 6'3", 189, righty shooter. Skating needs work, but he's very smart. His compete level is very good, and a great shot. Playing a notable role on the Czech league team. Knee injury at the World Juniors knocked him out for the second half. But he started playing again. He was won the Carjal Cup, 2021 World Juniors, despite being one of the youngest players in the tournament. Big righty shot, as we said before. He's not going to dazzle, but great size. Can get the puck off. Post-race surgery is something to monitor, but still pulls away. You can get around people and make a smart pass. So.
I have to say, if the Devils would have taken him second overall, if you think they melted down about Nemeth, they would have had an implosion.
For this game, you really think so?
No, because you know why? The problem is
yes.
not a lot of people that are fans are well versed in prospects coming up.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. And everybody that's freaking about Nemeth right now, you know what? In a couple of years, in 1 year or 2 years, whatever it takes, you're going to look back and you're going to say, "Oh my God, I'm so happy they took him."
Yeah, Nemeth.
Remember, we selected Niedermeyer third overall.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
He turned out okay.
He's a pretty
Niedermeyer
decent guy.
turned-
He's a pretty
Niedermeyer turned out okay.
He was pretty good at hockey.
pretty decent dude.
Yep. Look at this, Beer Baron. Hard-hitting
Sam
Devils
goes-
reporting.
Sam goes, let's go Devils.
right in
Just got a
pen.
bunch of booze.
Yep, writing on the
Right
pad.
in pen.
See the hard-hitting Devils reporting?
Oh my goodness, what shoes are we
Yeah.
wearing? I have dude shoes on, actually. I should put my dude shoes on the camera so you can see those. They're very comfortable. They,
Hard-hitting
Those dude
reporting.
wipe shoes?
no, these are dude shoes.
Dude wipe shoes? Is that what you said?
Dude wipe shoes.
Wow.
No,
You know-
they're called
you know who
dude
dude-
shoes.
you
They're
know
very
who
Give them a free
comfortable.
plug.
Do you know who Dude Wipe sponsors in the MLS?
Red Bulls?
No.
No.
The other
NYC? The
Oh,
champions?
crap team.
The enemy.
The champions?
Have you taken
Crap
up?
team.
Have you taken up fandom of that team in
Just
spite
to,
of?
It piss them off.
Yeah, okay.
He's coming to a match with me.
I've been to
But
Manchester.
are you actually a fan, or you just do this?
No, he just does
I'm a
piss
Red
me
Bulls
off.
fan. I just do it to piss them off.
He's coming. Beer Baron, I got tickets if you want to go to City to the match against City next weekend.
What day? We'll
Sunday.
talk about this off
Sunday.
camera.
Sunday at 5.
Sunday at 5.
I'm not going to be on. Sam, I'm not on the podcast next Sunday, by the way.
Breaking news.
You just smile.
Breaking news. Short
So-
guy's not on the podcast.
The consensus,
Yeah,
Summertime.
please.
the consensus top 6 have been taken, within the top 6, on the order that
Little
everyone
bit of
thought, but
margin of error.
they're all within there. So next coming up, you have someone like Joakim Kamel, Matt
So,
Savoie.
Where do we have our
Marco
top
Castro.
goalie here?
There's no goalies in the top 100.
So the
prospects.
goalie is taken.
So the issue is
It's a
obviously goaltenders. They lost a whole year of their
Development. Yeah.
development.
That's
so
huge.
and that's so
That's
tough.
huge.
You'll probably see guys taken in the second and third round as you go through, but you
Well,
probably
'cause
will not see a first
What
rounder.
round was
Most
Massey
likely
taken?
not.
He was taken late, right?
First
Oh,
round.
he's first.
Yeah,
First overall?
they had 2 first-round
13?
picks that year, and he was their second
13
first-round
or
pick.
17,
I
right?
thought it was like 12 or 13, something
Yeah, I
like
think it was
that.
13.
Their first pick was Slater Cuckoo at like 7th overall
Slater
or something.
Cuckoo.
I forget what. Fifth
What
or
a
whatever.
name.
Because remember, Calgary traded up to take Trevor Kidd.
I remember that, yes.
And then we took a guy named
took
Brodeur.
some dude.
Yeah. It
I
turned out
remember that
okay.
year
Right,
Tampa
right.
had Philip Forsberg was still on the board.
And they
And they,
over
and they
Cuckoo?
took Cuckoo.
But that's the thing is like about
But you
these
never
drafts. That's
It's
the
all
thing
right.
is
Then
you
Washington
really.
traded Forsberg for Marty Erat.
Yeah,
so
that was
yeah.
You could really look at any draft and be like, well, this guy was left on the board. Martin St. Louis, wasn't he undrafted?
Undrafted.
Not drafted.
There's guys
he
that
said
are
in the
Hall of
beginning of the thing,
Famers.
it took me 47 years to finally get to a draft.
To a draft.
There you go. So there's guys that are absolute studs or grow
You
into
don't know.
being.
Speaking,
But you know what, though?
don't
It's very much like the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
These players go to Little League World Series, they look like they're phenomenal, but because they're the oldest and the biggest of their age group, they dominate.
Yeah.
And same thing for some of these guys. Like they're the oldest and biggest of their age group, but some players peak at 18-19,
yes, 100%.
and then they have no upswing.
And that's
And they
just
just- they don't
scary
get any
because
back.
you look at guys that they put up monster numbers in like the World Juniors, or they do amazing things in certain areas, and you're like, wow, this guy's great, but you nailed it. Like they could just be at
I hate to say it, but
their peak.
Jonathan Drouin?
Well,
yeah.
I hate to say it, but and I hope I'm wrong. We are potentially looking at that with Ty Smith.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
very true.
The potential is there.
Is it the same Ty Smith that Devils fans said would be better than Adam Fox? I can't remember that. Is it the
Listen,
same Ty
nobody
Smith?
that ever said that really believed it, unless they're
you
full of
did.
crap. No.
I never said that.
The
Did I ever
the
say that?
Norris Trophy winning Adam Fox?
The worst
I can't
thing
remember.
that
Maybe
the
I'm-
Carolina Hurricanes ever did
Yeah.
was let him walk.
Second over.
Yeah, I don't know how
no,
they
let him
couldn't.
walk. They had to trade him because they knew he was going to go. He was going to leave in free agency for the Rangers.
But
Not going to sign with
But
them.
I mean,
don't know.
Calgary also dealt him. Like they knew for a long time that he was not going to be there, and I guess it makes sense to get what you can. They got 2 seconds. They got
so he Eli Manning himself
to the
pretty
Rangers.
much,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, I mean, there's been tons of players that have done that. He just did it
Chicago.
as a prospect.
Chicago didn't even know they're going to show up today in the first round.
And as much as I hate
Blackhawks
him,
up
as much as I
7
him,
overall.
wasn't Lundqvist drafted very late?
Seventh rounder.
Seventh round, yeah.
You know, that just shows that you can find.
But
I know it's not a regular occurrence, but
in that, there's guys. Jesper Bratt, 6th round pick.
yeah.
You look at certain guys that make it in the NHL. I think it's more about just getting. Did ESPN do like a selection noise? Like
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Chicago
So
pick
annoying.
that they got for trading Kirby Doc, they take Kevin Korchinski, the defenseman from Seattle.
Is that a stretch?
So I had him at 19, and other pundits had him
Stretch.
around that same time.
We call that one
Going early.
Armstrong, because that was a stretch.
All right, so Kevin Korchinski, 6'3", 185. Middle defenseman, 3'4". Average above a thing. Justin Schultz is a player comparable. Top player for a good WHL team in Seattle this season. One of the best 17-year-old defensemen in the CHL. 10th pick in the
17.
WHL Bantam draft.
17.
Invited to
Can't even
Kansas
drive.
Wow. You would think with all the forwards that they're throwing out of this city that
No.
maybe they would go forward.
Despite,
yeah.
So this is
No?
something I got from a scout. Despite his size and skating, he's mediocre defensively.
That's like a,
He doesn't
thank
compete
you.
that hard on the defensive side of the ice.
For a defenseman.
It's his
For a
offense that
defenseman.
he makes up for. Yep. Projects as a top
So he's an
defenseman.
offensive defenseman.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, these things, I don't really take a lot of whatever
Oh, is that the
stock in it.
it's all the
But it's like
metrics.
the chance of them becoming Nemec becoming an NHLer 100%, chance of him becoming a star 78%. Like those things, I wish we could go.
Everything is 50%. Either he will or
19
he won't.
points in the
We will or
2022
not.
Yeah, but you know
WHL
what? Though,
playoffs.
when
and
you're
most by
when you're
defensemen.
doing these stats, it's like predicting
little-
the weather. You could
a little
be
crazy.
maybe right, maybe wrong.
Maybe right.
Oh, there's one.
Stone Pony reaction.
They were
I
not
have to
jumping
watch
up and
that.
down.
I can't imagine they were. Can you imagine driving all the way down the shore?
Didn't go well. Stone Pony crowd's not happy.
Yeah, you know who's happy? The Stone Pony bartenders, because everyone's drinking now because they're
There you
miserable.
go.
Or they got upset and left, and now they're.
Shane
got
Red just applied
Yeah,
to
how-
the
I'm
Arizona
curious-
State University.
I'm curious how quickly the Stone Pony emptied out.
I bet you did. I bet you they
Oh, my guess is it did. Yeah,
got mad and
they got mad and left.
stormed out of there and went fist pumping on the boardwalk
man.
or whatever they do.
Tweeted that the cool thing about being drafted by the Arizona Coyotes is that you can play for college and the NHL.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're going to play in a college atmosphere. As your first
Let's
NHL
go.
game.
Let's go to a game. Let's go to a game.
Key skills.
Take a look at that.
What a run for Stan Bowman. Kevin Hayes, 2010, declined to sign. 2011, Deneau traded. McNeil bust. Tavo traded. Hartman traded. Schmaltz traded. Yogi Haru traded. Boquist traded. Bodine traded. And Duck traded. Stan Bowman, good job.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Good.
Yikes.
they are not going to be good for a very
Well,
long
they're
time.
going to go back to how they used to be. Chicago used to suck
Yeah.
real bad. They're one of those
Hey,
teams
but
where
instead
you're
of
like,
Patrick
oh.
Kane.
They wanted to bring back
Yeah,
their
for
their
how
roots
long?
and be bad again.
They're heritage. Chicago heritage just suck.
On the
I
clock,
don't know.
Detroit, number 8. Stevie Y's had a very good run of draft classes, so we'll see what else he's able to add here. A lot of top-end guys still available. 7th overall. Sorry, just getting the draft board real fast. Guys like Joakim Kamel, the right winger from JIP. You have Matthew Savoie, the center from Winnipeg.
So there's
Casper,
still
the
good
center
talent
from
there out on the board.
Yeah.
There's still good talent. And again, the draft is such a crapshoot. That's why I don't get all up in arms.
Especially now, like after like Wright is gone and
So now,
Finnish kid is gone. Like everyone else is just like, okay.
So are we going to assume that there's not going to be any more big moves? Because it felt like it was
this
getting
is
hot and
where
heavy for a
this
minute.
actually kind of adds into this point. Is now where you start to see guys jump up for the Russian kids that are starting to take a little tumble because of what's happening.
Taking a Russian is
very tricky.
questionable right
So,
now.
and we'll talk about it very fast, but you have the Russian prospect for the Flyers that was detained.
Yep.
Issues with the Russian army and not whatever had happened. You have the Kaprizov news, also same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Same rough estimate on what he did, falsifying ball rumors, but that kind of stuff. And now you have these other kids that they're talking about 5-6 year contracts with the KHL in order to meet their Russian army or Russian military service requirements.
You know what that sounds like?
So do you take a kid that could possibly be there for 6 years, even though he might be super talented? Like
that sounds like the old Russian Red Army, but like the old Red Russian teams. That was their service to their nation.
You got
was playing on that team.
Danilo Yurov, the right winger from Magnagorsk from Russia, who's awesome. You got even Miroshichenko from Omsk. Medechuk.
It's a risk to take any of these guys.
I mean, we all knew that this Russian situation was going to have an effect on everything.
Yeah.
Globally, obviously, but even at a sports level, and especially with hockey, because there's so many Russian players coming with the NHL. But yeah, it's going to happen, and it's a risk.
These guys are going to drop like a stone. Like if you're drafting a Russian right now,
super talented,
you should not. You're going to get a lot of talent, but you should not expect to see them for a long while.
Yeah.
If you're going to see them at all, because that possibility is always, which is you're going back to early '90s, like Fetisov having to defect to come here.
That was quick.
Marco Casper, very good pick.
Yeah, well now it's going to go like
they just went up
thick
and
fast.
Okay, we're dropping this guy. Boom.
Yeah, well now it's going to go thick and fast. Pick
faster.
pick.
Yeah, once you get past the first 5, it's usually a little faster.
Let's sprinkle in a couple trades.
Although last year the draft took quite a long time.
Quickly, Marco Casper, 6'1" center from Sweden.
Swede.
Middle 6 center, above average. Sam Bennett, player comparable as a prospect.
All matching blue.
He's played a lot of games for an SHL team in Rogel that's been one of the top teams, regular shifts this
Born
season.
in Austria.
6 points in 13 SHL games played this season as well. Captain Austria's U20 team at the World Juniors over someone like Rossi from Montreal. Including a 4 points, 3-game performance as a tournament in November, major role with the World Junior Championship team. He's active, he's all over the place, he's a very good frame, isn't afraid to attack the hard areas, winning battles versus men, playing the SHL. His play will translate to the NHL, he probably projects as a top 2-line center. Good player.
Yep.
Trust in Stevie Y, right?
He knows what he's doing. I feel bad for the guys that got drafted up there and they don't have a last name on their jersey.
Yeah, because they were not
expecting to be there. Or
we didn't think you were around.
Yeah, but you got to imagine that they, at least the top 5 probably make with a couple. And that name doesn't look like it's actually on that jersey. I think
it's Casper.
Quick, throw it on there. But if you look at it when he was wearing it, it wasn't. Yeah, it was about to fall off. So
was it iron-on, not sewed?
Double-sided tape.
Definitely.
Double-sided tape.
Kid's got talent. We'll see. It's a good move.
I had to stop that one.
It's crazy how the offensive stats for these young kids are so much less in these European leagues.
They're playing against men.
Yeah, they're playing in adult leagues. I was listening to one of the pieces last night,
Matt Jr. could still come by.
saying that these guys were playing in men's leagues. I was like, do they want to play for an hour or two?
Yeah, an hour men's league.
We will take
They
them.
like playing in men's leagues. We have one we could recommend.
I assure you, there's good beer after every
Oh, yeah.
game.
We can assure you of
Absolutely.
good beer. That's about it.
By the way,
I don't
we
know.
have to start drinking Lion's Head again after the games.
We should get some more Lions heads.
Maybe, yeah, you might be right.
For the taste that roars.
And the puzzles underneath the cat.
Get those 24 packs for like
pictogram.
$9 or whatever the hell they are.
A room full of idiots trying to figure out simple riddles.
Couple teams who you will not see in today's draft.
One team you're going to see for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Penguins getting a first-round pick. No picks for Vegas, no picks for LA after the trade with Minnesota for Kevin Fiala. No Boston picks. That's the Hampus Lindholm trade.
No Colorado.
No Colorado. No Ottawa, obviously from the trade for
DeBrincat.
Sorry. Calgary. That's the Tyler Toffoli trade from the beginning of the trade season. Coyotes also have Carolina's pick. Buffalo Sabres have Florida's pick, being for Reinert. Sorry.
They have 3 first-round picks, Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo's 3.
And they're going to screw up They're going to screw up all 3.
And Buffalo's
They're
in
not
now.
Boston.
Poor JJ.
Winnipeg
Buffalo's
Jets
up.
on the Rangers pick.
Poor
And
JJ.
Colorado you won't actually see for a few days.
JJ, you were so close to
not
having
the
Matt
6th round.
Murray.
Yep.
So close.
So close.
Sabres' last 5 first-round
guy.
picks: Owen Power, Rosen, Jack Quinn, Cousins, who played 120 games, and then Ryan Johnson.
Poor JJ.
Cousins and Power. Let's go.
Cousins and Power.
You know what?
Quinn's pretty good too.
Owen Power's parents missed an incredible opportunity to name him Maxwell.
Yep.
Yeah.
It could have been
Maybe
Max
his middle
Power.
name. Maybe his middle name is Maxwell.
Owen Maxwell Power.
Max Power.
Max Power.
Another geeky.
Yep.
Is he related?
Connor. Yeah. Noah Ostlund. A lot of kids from Sweden.
Yeah, well, they're a good hockey nation,
Very
that's
good.
for sure.
Pick is in. Still waiting on more trades. We'll,
Yeah, come on.
As we get
I
them,
like-
we'll see
I
what
like-
we
Come on, Gary.
announce.
I like Kevin Weeks' suit.
JT Miller is
He always-
the big
he
name
always
that's
has a
still
nice
up in the
suit.
air right now.
JT Miller and really you still have guys like Pierre-Luc Dubois. You have names Mark Scheifele if he's available. Yeah, there's tons of guys.
A lot of
to go
bros
around.
out there.
The Kraken with Shane Wright, fast facts.
94 points in
Fast
Shane
facts.
Wright,
3 regular
fast
season
facts. He
games.
felt fast to us.
And then right past you.
Good for them.
Stephen, would you like to talk about your re-signing of Chris Letang? 6 years,
Oh, I love
$6.1
this.
million.
Yeah, I love this signing. Chris Letang, who's coming off a career season last year,
Took a pay cut.
who was in line for a pay raise, which I guess when you add everything together, he probably sort of did get a pay raise. But everyone's talking about the core, right? The core is Letang, Malkin, Crosby. Crosby signed for another 3 years, so it's like, is Malkin going to get a 3-year contract? Is Letang going to get a 3-year contract? Letang said he wanted a 5-year, sort of insinuating he wanted a 5-year. So there was a lot of mystery behind it all, but when it came down to it, they gave him a 6-year, 6.1 per
Matthew
contract.
Savoie goes to Buffalo.
So Pittsburgh they actually shed $1.2 million off of the salary cap with the signing. And like I was telling you guys, everything after those 3 years, everything after Crosby, whether or not, he might sign an extension after 3 years, he might retire, we don't know.
This guy's tiny.
But everything after that is irrelevant. So
Perfect for JJ.
people don't like the term. I don't mind the term because it lessens the cap hit. So I anticipate Malkin being re-signed soon.
But that just shows that things are running the right way in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
These guys
That's
are willing
two
to
straight.
sign.
That's Brian Rust and Chris Letang now taking less salary per year to get a competitive to keep
Right.
and make a competitive team for the next
That's
3 years.
So
but
counterpoint.
that's a combination of players with a good attitude
This is tall as Gary
and a
Bettman, I'm
team
sorry.
that's willing to work and do things the right way.
But now you
But-
have a guy that's 35 going to play a 6-year contract until he's 41
Yeah.
You know those last 3 years are not going to be
But
what you're getting now.
What you missed
That's
before,
gonna be
what I
hard.
said is that after these 3 years, so the window, quote unquote window you want to talk about, and whether or not you want to argue whether or not these guys can actually compete for a cup is irrelevant. But they're doing the complete opposite of what Chicago's doing. Sidney Crosby signed for another 3 years, and Ron Hextall and Brian Burke want to make a team that has a chance to compete for a Stanley Cup all of those 3 years, and they're not going to do it without Chris Letang, because there is no one on free agency or via trade that they can get that's going to replace Chris Letang at that value. So after those 3 years, when Sidney Crosby's 3 years are up, beyond those 3 years, it's irrelevant. It doesn't make a difference. So yes, the 6.1 might look bad because his productivity could trail down, but he's not going to be traded. Well, he's not going to be traded, but he'll finish. He's going to be a lifetime Penguin. He'll retire a Penguin at a 41 or whatever it is. But like I said, those last 3 years of his contract, it does not make a lick of difference because that's going to be the time of rebuilding. They're not going to have to just like try and play with salary cap to try and make a competitive team. They're going to try and get a team together that can rebuild after this core leaves. So I don't care about those 3+ years as long as those 3 extra years lessen that cap hit. That's all I care about for the next 3. And I think 6.1 for Chris Letang at this point is awesome. And I think Evgeny Malkin will probably do the same.
Okay. We shall see.
We shall see.
I don't know. 2 things I know about the guy that Buffalo just drafted.
Yep.
1, he's got style.
He does have style. Yep.
And 2, he's got a nice head of lettuce.
He's got lettuce. But, and like I said, JJ will like him because he's short.
I know,
short
he's as tall as Gary Bettman. He's got that going against him. But otherwise,
JJ also has a nice flow, so he can appreciate the flow.
JJ does, yes.
He does. He can appreciate the flow.
ESPN's right up on number 2, Simon Nemec. Devils passed over center Shane Wright, Logan Cooley to select puck-moving defenseman Nemec. Back-to-back Slovaks in the top 2 picks. They were 2022 teammates, Olympic teammates.
I'm seeing that Fitzgerald is actually saying that Nemec could play next year.
I mean, but Fitzgerald's going to say that. You kind of, when you pick a defenseman like this at number 2, you kind of have to say that he could play next year.
4th defenseman in the last 5 years drafted by the Devils.
Play next year.
He could.
Yeah, I guess you kind of have to say that, but
Yeah.
I mean, Niedermeyer played a couple games in his first potential NHL season and then didn't.
Twitter is
Now
on fire right now.
What do you got?
Good, read it.
No, it's not reading. It's just I don't know who this is, but it's a group of Montreal Canadiens fans potentially with shirts that say "Right Choice" with the C as a Montreal Canadiens fan in choice. And then I won't repeat this, but the follow-up pictures.
Not happy.
If anybody is seen forgetting Sarah Marshall,
That's a certain type of shirt he was not wearing.
wow.
Again, this is why I don't.
They want to know where your Devils Parkway shirt comes from.
I made it. That's where I made it. If
came from
anyone
the
wants
hands
it,
of
Contact Shorts Guy.
contact me.
And he can probably make you
I
one.
can print one up. I just found the screen today, so
By the way, we need to get jerseys for Hockey on Tap.
You
we
should.
can.
We have hoodies
We can
and
do
T-shirts.
We have hoodies and T-shirts for everyone who
Logical
wants.
step.
The four of
Hockey on
us.
Tap, please
The four of us
DM
know the
or-
Jersey guy.
Yep, we do.
We have
send
a
a
guy.
DM to either
Yes.
myself or Shorts Guy, or message us however you want if you need any.
So
gear
breaking
apparel.
down that Seth Jones trade from
Okay.
last year, it equals Cole Sillinger, Adam Boquist, and David Juracek for Seth Jones.
Yeah, I think.
It's pretty good.
I think Columbus
Not
might have
bad.
won out.
Yeah, they
That's not
might
bad,
have.
yeah.
They might have.
Chicago trading away some of their best assets and then keeping guys like Seth Jones, Kane, and
Oh
Taves.
man.
Yeah, pretty good.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe they will trade their entire team before
They
the
might.
end of the night.
They might.
It will be interesting.
They might. And the Anaheim Ducks.
Select.
Ducks on the clock, 10th overall pick.
What up, Patty? Former
El
Pat Verbeek.
Selecto.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Look at those glasses.
Pat Verbeek.
Looks cross.
He looks
Managerial.
terrified.
He's got thick glasses, all right?
Yeah, he looks bad.
How many fingers
misses
am I holding
his
up?
old glasses.
How many different levels of thickness have you gone through over the years?
He probably misses his old glasses.
Pavel Mintyukov from Saginaw, the OHL.
Saginaw.
That's another good suit. That is another good suit.
Oh, you're killing me, guy.
Just quickly, Matthew Savoie.
William,
Thank you.
your Diet Dr. Pepper has arrived.
It's a nice tea. It's a nice tea.
Oh, my bad.
Savoie is comparable to Jaden Schwartz.
Pretty big kid, 6'1", almost 200. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Is he the first Russian taken?
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the first Russian taken today. And he better stay in the U.S. if he doesn't want to get stuck.
Stay in your car. No, stay in the U.S.
Yeah, yeah.
Do not leave the country. Stay here. Actually, well, he's in Canada right now. Maybe stay in Canada.
10 do's and 10,000 don'ts. Don't do what Donnie Doe does. Don't leave the U.S.
So Mintyukov,
Okay, he's got his
defenseman,
name on
6'1",
the jersey.
197. Middle pairing defenseman. Brandon Montour.
Pretty good season at Saginaw, or
Saginaw.
is that how it's pronounced? Saginaw.
Do you think he's happy that the weather in Anaheim is much better than Moscow?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
And
he?
Saginaw probably as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Saginaw. I was way off.
Oh, that's how you say it.
He did win gold in the U17 challenge with Russia.
I think I need another pizza.
Those
Another
pizzas were
entire
pretty good.
pizza.
Maybe because
Yeah.
he's already,
Yeah.
maybe because he's obviously been in Canada, he doesn't have to really worry about, maybe his family's in Canada as well. So he's not too worried.
That's kind of like the bigger, global issue. If you're one of these young Russian guys, do you have your family come? If
the
they
draft?
can get over to Montreal or somewhere in the U.S. and you know you're going to be drafted, do you have your family come so that you don't have to go back? Just right now with the geopolitical stuff going on.
I guess it depends on where they stand with it all, right? Because it's pretty. I know it's still mixed politically over there with everything that's happening, but
Is it mixed or is it what they're allowed to be seen on television?
What's allowed to be seen and
What's
heard?
allowed to be
I mean, I think
known?
a lot of it is that, but you still have. I think you still do have,
I think you
both,
can,
both
but
sides of the situation.
but I also think it's a matter of what the people there are seeing.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the people there are seeing the full story.
Well, yeah, that's obvious. They
So-
aren't, but yeah, I don't know. This is a tricky draft for the Russian
is.
kids, and for teams too. Drafting them.
If you're going to do a high draft pick, especially, yeah.
Yeah, for a first round pick.
Craig,
Yeah.
Craig Best asks to trade for Quinn Hughes.
But who do you give up?
Yeah. What asset?
Yeah.
Would definitely be your
right
second
now.
overall pick. Yeah.
we already used that,
it would have
so-
had to have included the second overall pick.
Yes.
And a lot.
It would have
more
already
for
been
Quinn
done.
Hughes.
Not now.
Quinn Hughes, had a pretty
San Jose something?
miserable
Trade Jack
season
Hughes for
last
Quinn
year.
Hughes.
But
Jack for Quinn?
What are we, idiots?
that would make sense, right?
Yeah. Well, what if? Well, we can if we draft the other Jack Hughes.
That's
we
true.
We can trade Jack Hughes for Quinn Hughes. Just
It just confused them.
It would be
Yeah.
funny if the whole point is to get the brothers together and you trade one of the Hughes away. You can have Luke. Here.
Yeah.
trading the other Jack Hughes is like trading
Nope, trade alert.
Bort for Bart.
It's a trade alert now on the clock. Arizona Coyotes, so they jump ahead of the
All right.
San Jose
San
Sharks.
Jose. Any players involved?
The
Probably not.
San Jose Sharks,
Yep.
former home of Niemi.
Kevin Weeks reporting.
Nick Gallo asking if where do we get a winger from? He asked if Johnny, him, and Cheese, if they're in on him. It looks like maybe Philly.
I mean,
that's the place he's always kind of wanted to play is Philly.
If Gaudreau is legitimately leaving,
Calgary, which I don't think
Calgary.
he will. I think he actually resigns there.
yeah,
It would
I'm on
be
that.
very
I'm on that
foolish.
They
side.
gave, him,
left
they gave
there.
him a chance as I think he's a third-round pick, right? They gave him a chance. They really showed love to the kid, and I think you kind of reward that team with.
Yeah, and you still have to remember, free agency isn't until next Wednesday, so there's still time. It
Calgary-
just don't have to be by the draft. you would have liked it to have been.
And if you want to win a cup and you want to compete, Calgary's the team over Philly.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand, and I also don't understand as Calgary as an organization how you would let even the rumors of Goodrow or Matthew
So
Tkachuk
quickly,
leaving.
Coyotes get 11, San Jose gets 27, 34, and 45.
It's a good trade for
San Jose.
first-time GM Mike Greer.
Yeah, Mike Greer, good choice.
Good for him. That's a pretty good haul.
I wonder if this was
picks.
in the makes before he got here, though. I'm curious of
It
that.
could have been.
He just had to give the okay.
Okay.
All right, so Arizona.
Poor Logan Cooley. Oh, the Arizona Coyotes.
All right, let's see here. Anything
If you wanted to go
going
back
on?
to college, you can.
There better be $5 beers at those games.
For the
Do they
3,000
have, do they
fans
have
that
beer
will be
at
there.
college?
Some places, yeah. Some arenas do.
Arizona State is a party.
It's a dry campus.
So should we?
That's a dry campus?
Should we?
No.
Should we
There's
bring?
no way.
Should we bring Hockey
Imagine.
on Tap to Arizona?
Yeah.
Ooh,
let's
sure,
do it.
Why not?
Manon.
Montreal.
Why not?
And her brother
I think my
Pascal
best
played for the
qualities are
Devils.
hockey, sense, and skating. I can create some such chances for my teammates. That would be the number 2 overall pick,
Oh man,
Simon
the
Nemec.
Devils' top reporter got the first interview.
Not Sam Wu?
No,
Not Sam Lou.
Damn.
unfortunately, not Sam Wu.
That's not hockey.
No, it's not.
I don't want to hear it then.
it's a good thing your Twitter's up, not mine.
Simon Nemec is one of the best D prospects in the hockey prospecting model has ever seen.
I saw that. I saw this one. This is pretty good stuff.
So good for the Devils. NHL probability is 95%. We're just kind of talking about
Whoever
it
they were
before.
taking it to, you're getting a good player. You were
Well,
getting,
we've
you're
seen
either getting-
teams take dumb picks before.
there's no way they were going to
I
pass
mean,
over
the Devils taking
the Finnish
Heishier
kid,
over Kevin Carr.
right, this kid, or there's no way.
That was like an 18th overall pick, first of all.
Wasn't he 20-something?
You're the second overall pick. You're not going to,
Yeah,
I thought it was like 20 or 23.
this day and age, I don't think you're going to
What
mess that
sucks
up.
is he was actually a good prospect, and then he just got hurt in
But-
college.
Okay,
and it was done.
but therein lies the risk of the draft. Is you can think you have someone good like Hugh Jessamine, and then he just turns into crap.
Hockey stat minor trading DeBrincat for scraps when the Seth Jones contract hasn't even officially kicked in yet.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, this is pretty funny. Probably shouldn't be. I don't even know. This is probably something Dean decided to.
Right there.
What do I do? What do you say?
Says,
I'll read it, I'll read it.
okay.
Do you want me to read it? I'll read it.
That's pretty good.
Here, so Arizona, Avalanche draft picks. First round, Darcy Kemper trade. Second round, Devon Taves trade.
Which was an outstanding.
Outstanding trade.
That was a good
Third
trade.
round, Rangers Georgiev trade. Fourth round, Patrick Nemeth trade from last year. Fifth round, Georgiev trade. And then they own 6 and 7.
Wow.
That's their first pick is in the 6th round. Read it, Shorts.
Devils fans crying because their team drafted a player they never watched over a player they never watched. You know what? I'm not crying about it, but I didn't watch any of these players play. You know, it actually would be great if there's a streaming service showing all junior. I would watch juniors.
I would watch it.
Believe it or not, Georgiev has played the 3rd most New York Rangers games behind Lundqvist and Shesterkin in the 21st century.
Okay.
Good luck in Colorado, Sweet Prince.
Ah, yes.
By the way, Rangers have traded 3 backup goaltenders for significant assets the last 4 out of the last 4.
Cam Talbot.
As
Antti
much
Raanta,
as I hate to say it, the Rangers,
They develop goalies.
they
very
develop
well.
goalies.
And they
do.
have one
I
of the
hate
top,
saying that. I
they have
hate
one of the
saying
top
that.
Geeky.
goaltender
Connor
prospects,
Geeky.
Dylan
for
Gerard
him.
as well.
I
Connor
know.
Geeky.
I hate saying that, but the Rangers have gotten.
Who's your backup next year?
It's probably going to be. They have a couple prospects in the AHL that they could bring up and have.
Or they sign
Would you
a veteran
really
for cheap.
want to? Yeah.
They
would
also
you want
have
a prospect?
former Devil great Keith Kincaid.
There you go.
I don't think I wouldn't
Keith
want
Kincaid.
a prospect backing up Shesterkin.
Well, not.
You want him playing.
You want them
Shesterkin's
playing.
gonna be
Maybe
playing
it's
a lot.
Kincaid.
It might be Kincaid, yeah.
Or they
It could-
sign
it
somebody
could
for
be
cheap.
Kincaid.
Louis
Sign an older
Domingue.
guy for cheap. There you go.
Louis Domingue.
Ranger killer Louis Domingue.
Maybe we get Darcy Kemper on a short-term contract
Oh, man.
That'd
for
be
cheap.
dumb as hell. Imagine
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
worthless.
You signed Darcy Kemper to a more expensive contract than Alex Georgiev to back up Shesterkin.
Yep, and then you have to give
great.
Shesterkin to the Devils, and then you watch him win a cup
Yeah.
with us like 5
for
times over.
Jack Hughes. Sure.
Oh, my God.
Hey, if it wins us the cup,
You want to jump in? I'm going to get a beer.
Shrimp, get me one. And another pizza.
Look at this. Hey, you realize we're the only ones that have been on this entire time?
The only mainstays.
There you go.
It's okay. Sure, a little sweat. Sorry. Yeah, grab that. Thank you, sir.
Look at that big bottle of wine from Marc-Andre Fleury.
Fleury.
Well, you sign a contract like that, I guess you can buy something like that.
But again, he didn't come east. You've said it before, and I totally agree with you. He's not going to come east.
He doesn't want to play Pittsburgh. He doesn't want to routinely play Pittsburgh.
No.
Especially in Pittsburgh.
Why is Schweinsteiger there?
Do you think because he's it's just one of those like sour notes that he doesn't want to deal
not
with?
sour.
Respect.
He loves the city so much and the team and his teammates. I don't think he doesn't want to play against them.
Oh.
And that's why he didn't. Washington heavily pursued him at the trade deadline, and he said absolutely not because he doesn't want to end up playing Pittsburgh in the playoffs.
Wow.
Apparently, Mo Sider almost decided to go all in on cycling instead of hockey. He could have been on the Tour de France.
Probably a better idea.
Yeah.
Probably a better idea. If anybody hasn't seen Tour de Pharmacy on HBO Max, I highly recommend watching it.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's a half hour of wonderful comedy.
So we're at the point in the draft where it's, when do the Rangers pick? How many more picks do they have?
They don't have a first round, right?
They're in the
They
60s.
don't?
Yeah.
Oh.
Second round.
The Penguins pick at 21.
What'd they do with that first round pick?
Number 1 went to Winnipeg for Andrew Kopp.
Oh.
And actually, it's funny. Andrew Kopp, after winning the second round of the playoffs, went down to Jeff Gordon and was like, "Sorry about your first round pick," because he knew that was part of the conditions. If they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, they had to deal the first rounder over a second.
And the Devils pick at 37, so the Devils have another pick at some point. Oh no, it's tonight only.
It's
first
only
round?
first round.
Only first round.
Only
tonight.
first round.
Only first round. Yep.
And then I don't think it's like the NFL where I think it's they just go like 2 to 7. Wow.
Yes.
Just plow
Yeah.
through.
Saturday is like a bonanza.
Yeah.
That's actually where the most trades happen. Is usually the second day of the draft. Fridays. Oh, it's gonna be Friday. Right? Oh, actually, do they skip tomorrow? Or they just work Saturday. I don't know.
Why would they skip tomorrow? Though? It just makes no sense.
No, tomorrow there's the second.
Is it basically
second, third? I think tomorrow.
Is the second, third, or is it all of it? I thought they went right through everything.
You might be right. I think you're right, actually.
Yeah,
no,
but that's
you're
where you
definitely
get
right.
most of your trades too.
Yeah.
Is in that second
So-
day.
Not really significant. The big trades I think happen day one for the first round because people are looking to move their first rounds and whatever.
Do you think that Emily Kaplan has asked anybody on the Arizona Coyotes, how does it feel that you guys are going to be playing in a NCAA hockey arena
in front of
3,000
fans?
3,000 fans? If
I
you were a
like that.
Coyotes fan, if you're a legitimate Coyotes fan, and your team was going through what they're going through right now, how the hell would you take this? Would you just be like, well, I'll buy a Nordiques jersey now?
So it depends. I guess it depends on where this legitimate Coyotes fan resides. So if
you're in Arizona, that you're a season ticket holder.
So how far is? So they were playing in Glendale, right?
Yeah.
So how far is Arizona State from where they were playing?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because if ticket
Here's
prices
the David
go
Yurchik line.
down.
What was Nemec at for Star?
78.
He's at 88.
I'll see.
Although there was something I also
Already made the
saw.
wrong pick.
There was one. I saw one and I missed it on when I was off air. I was looking at
But here's
analytics.
Here's Kuczynski.
Wow, 20.
20%.
There was somebody was saying one of the analytics sites or whatever had Nemec being the best since that analytics started, as Nemec being the best statistical defenseman based on all of their analytics that's ever existed since they started this program.
Well, for us, I hope so.
Yeah.
Michael Russo had tweeted a little while that Guerin says he has no further clarity on this, and this is in regards to Kaprizov is reportedly wanted in Russia.
Yeah, that's been going on for
and
a
he's
bit.
in Russia. He's in Russia.
He's in
not
Russia.
the US.
So the University
But
of
and he's
Arizona.
supposed to be going to the Air Force or something like that.
Yeah.
University of Arizona is actually in Phoenix.
Okay, where they originally were the Phoenix Coyotes.
So they moved to downtown Phoenix by going to the University of Arizona.
Imagine that. They were called the Phoenix Coyotes for their entire franchise until they decided to call them Arizona Coyotes because they were never in Phoenix. They were
Now
in
they're
Glendale.
going to
Now they're in
And
Phoenix.
now they're actually in Phoenix and nobody cares.
And how many?
Thomas pick is in.
Yeah, but could you imagine you're a student there, University of Arizona,
Ben
and an
Matchett.
NHL team comes onto your campus? Oh,
yeah,
from
the
Moose
player,
Jaw,
and
Saskatchewan.
not only that, it's but as a student, yeah, okay, maybe you're following
Hey,
the
Patrick
Coyotes
Mahomes
and
is
players,
his friend.
Yeah, there he
His
is.
haircut's going on.
Look at the guy.
I don't know why
That is
the-
a young Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know why the mullet has come back. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I tried to rock it for like a little bit, and it was not good.
no.
But I wonder how, like the students have to be excited for the opposing teams that are coming, right? Because the students probably don't give any shred of a fudge about
I
any
don't
of the
know.
Coyotes
I don't know.
players
Do
that are there.
students
think-
even get tickets? Do they get the first set of
I
tickets?
don't know. That would be. I mean,
would think it'd be-
maybe.
That'd be awesome.
So I'm very
Yeah.
curious how this whole ticket situation is going to go because
We should do
they
a
only
podcast
have
down there.
a few thousand
We
available.
should go-
I think it's
we
Are
should
they
5,000.
going to? Are
I
they
think
going
it's
to be?
5,000.
Yeah, I think it's 5. Oh, well, I think they seat 5,000 normally, but it's less because they have to
Oh, because
accommodate
they-
it being an NHL arena, so they have to have so many things taking some of those seats. So I think it's.
I'm
I
sorry.
think it was only like 35. I could be wrong, but it's somewhere around those
so like,
lines.
when does it stop? When does it get to the point where Batman finally goes, okay?
I don't know. You
This
would have
is-
thought now, right?
You would have thought now because that's
This is
embarrassing.
the lowest of the low.
That's like if any professional sport outside of the NHL, if an NBA team is going through this,
Yes.
it would be a headline story every single day. If an NFL
It's his
team went through
baby.
this,
Yeah.
it would be
Yeah,
a
he
headline
was-
story.
this was
There's
his
no
organization.
way.
But this has happened to him before. Atlanta. He failed in Atlanta already again and gave up on that finally to Winnipeg. But
So
you would think Quebec City.
How
would
many
be-
teams has he? Is Atlanta the only team he's relocated since taking over?
I think so.
He almost
Yeah.
relocated us. No, what he wasn't.
And then two
no,
expansion
he was
teams.
commissioner. No, he was
78%.
commissioner.
Expansion won't
He
count.
was commissioner when Quebec moved to Colorado.
What?
He was because he's a commissioner in
presented the cup.
'92.
He presented the cup to the Devils in '95. I remember that. I booed the hell out of him when I was there.
Yeah.
I remember that. And people were throwing beers at him at Game 3 because he was threatening to move us to Nashville. So
Yeah.
he moved Quebec to Colorado.
Yeah.
What's that 3%
But that
I just saw
wasn't
there?
okay. So by the way, I have to put a plug in for this. And once again, 3%. That doesn't make any sense.
It's the number one pick.
Those
23% chance of becoming an NHLer?
Yeah,
that doesn't make any
He's gonna
sense.
be an NHL
Is
next
this a
season.
joke?
That
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
make-
it's a joke site. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
This guy had him ranked 42 overall over first.
So if you haven't watched the E60 Avalanche Red Wings
Yeah,
documentary, it's amazing.
Schmim was talking about that
It
earlier.
is. I mean, I forgot a lot of things that happened in there. Konstantinov, I completely forgot about what happened to him. But that whole situation, the whole like documentary was amazing. And they talk about it briefly about how the Nordiques moved from Quebec to Colorado,
Which
and
prompted the trade of Wah to Colorado.
No. Wah, and they talk about it in that documentary too, because Wah actually talks about it. He got embarrassed in a game against
Oh, I
the Red
remember
Wings.
that game. Oh, I
Against
remember
the
that
Red
game.
Wings.
They wouldn't pull him. He came off the
Yeah.
ice, went to the GM, said,
This
trade me now.
last game.
Yeah.
I'm
He said,
gonna
"This is it.
Yeah.
I'm done."
But that trade never would have happened to that organization had they been in Quebec.
Oh, you're
uproar,
100% right.
the
You're
uproar.
100% right.
Because
they wouldn't have
hated
sent
each
And
other.
them.
you know what
That
sucks
was
is like that team got sold. If they would have stayed in Quebec, for sure they would have had a cup in
Yeah.
Quebec. Because that team was already a beast, like getting into
Yeah.
the point where they became the Avalanche.
But Wah was
Wah
key
put him
to
over
that.
the top.
Devils
Wah
might have
put him
gone
over
back
the
to
top.
Colorado.
Yeah, well, you know.
You had how many years
We
to
could have
win
gone
more
to
than 3
Nashville.
Stanley Cups against 5 other teams?
We've debated this already. We had to play Montreal and Toronto.
There
for
is
like
a real
30 straight years.
if that relocation didn't happen, there is a real chance that the
Devils
Devils were the ones who were relocated.
Yeah. Well, Nashville was
real
the, team,
chance.
was the thing.
Yeah.
And then
I remember.
What was it? Most recently, the Islanders were talking about being moved, right?
Yeah, because
To
they
Kansas City.
had arena,
Kansas City.
they
But,
had arena issues too.
but
so.
I think Sam pointed this out at some point, wherever Sam is. The league doesn't move Stanley Cup champions. The league does not move a team that's won a cup.
Well, I mean, we had a lot. There was a lot of relocation, before
Pittsburgh
we were
almost
born.
damn near
Yeah,
relocated
Pittsburgh
in
was not
the
true.
mid-90s.
California
when,
Golden Seals won a cup.
before Mario Lemieux came in.
So did
before
Seattle.
Mario Lemieux came in and bought
no,
the
Seattle.
organization.
Did Seattle win?
Seattle,
Someone-
like,
Seattle
someone won
almost
the cup.
won. Seattle was
whatever.
supposed to win, and then the pandemic happened.
Yeah, no, that was the pandemic. That was the Spanish flu.
oh, you're right.
Where's the
But
schedule?
Pittsburgh almost relocated because
Yeah.
they couldn't going from the igloo before they got the new arena.
Well, it's even before then, but yeah, when Mario Lemieux came in and purchased the organization is when he saved the entire franchise. And then shortly after they drafted Crosby, and then they had however many hundred consecutive sellouts after that. So.
Isn't it crazy to
Sean
think like
has a video of Shane Wright
how-
giving like the death stare to the Canadians table as he went up for his jersey.
oh, did he? Yeah. Let me take a look.
Stand there, stare down.
Good for him.
Bill Guerin
Good for
via
him.
text makes it clear Cam Talbot will be back next year.
So
Supposed to be, right?
So, the last time I got a call from the Devils, I told this one would happen. A good friend of ours, Tommy from the rink, Tommy Bowers, he already has an email from the Devils saying,
Come check out
"Come check out."
Simone
yeah.
Nemec.
Yeah. The Devils email. The New Jersey Devils have selected right-handed defenseman Simon Nemec with the second overall pick. Simon Nemec joins the Devils' young core that looks to make New Jersey a contender for years to come. They're already selling him, and I told the last time the Devils called me, sometime in April or May, I was like, I know exactly what's going to happen. You're going to draft someone. You're going to call me the next day, telling me how exciting it is.
Yeah.
You're going to sign someone over the summer. You're going to call
And then
me
you're
the
going to take a
next
picture
day.
of some shoes, and you're going to send them to me. And you're going to ask me softball questions about it.
Yep.
I really think the only two players that you will definitely see start the season on their teams would be Slafkovsky and Shane Wright. I think there's the only definites you could see on the
Well, Shane
NHL
Wright
rosters.
has to.
Well, just because Seattle has nobody.
So
Well, Cooley too.
so we haven't
Cooley
so, we're-
could.
so we
Cooley-
haven't
I think
Cooley
Cooley will go to
could.
college. I think
we haven't gotten
He is going to college.
Well, yeah, true.
So we haven't gotten sound so much on these interviews, right? And Flyers draft pick Cutter Gauthier in his interview said that who was just drafted by the Flyers, said that his favorite player growing up was Sidney Crosby. So already winning points with the Philadelphia loyal.
Next he's going to go
And
punch a horse.
he's
He's going to go punch a horse.
a big
next.
fan of Crosby, and he trains with Jack Hughes. He's
Yeah.
definitely
Yep.
definitely
All
getting
about the
points.
Flyers.
All about the Flyers.
Hang on, I get it.
Oh man, the Flyers
You know-
sure know how to pick them.
I tell you what though, the thing about there's Shane Wright. Wait, go
that's
back
it.
to that. Do that again.
So smile and then turns and looks at boom. Death
Oh.
stare. Not happy.
Good for him, man. I hope he makes Montreal eat it every
Yeah.
single time they play.
Well, it's not
Like
not
the
just
2 times a
Montreal
year.
now, right? It's also
It's the Devils.
and it's Arizona.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be, giving the old stick up the hoop.
Hey,
every time
Chicago.
he plays it.
Yeah.
Frank Nazar goes to Chicago.
See now they're coming. Now they're coming heavy and fast.
That kid
70
looks like
points for
he's
6 games.
a character from like the
looks like Ralph
Caddyshack
Macchio.
movies. What's his name? D'Annunzio?
Yeah, right.
Hey, D'Annunzio got drafted. Good for him.
Got to take a picture with this schmuck.
Ugh. Watch your back there,
Oh,
Barry.
sorry.
Oh, dinner's served.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Could you imagine him taking a picture with Gary Bettman?
I mean, I'd be pretty pumped. If, 18 years old, be like, I'll take a picture with the devil.
Think about this. Seattle's about to roll out Shane Wright and Matty Beniers down the middle for the next decade.
That's pretty good.
Like two ridiculous two-way centers.
That's if they stay there.
Well,
And but I
They
kinda,
will.
I kind of
They
hope
will.
Seattle.
It's a great city. It's
No,
a great,
no, I
hope
it's a great
Seattle-
arena.
Yeah, see that's the thing. Like I hope Seattle puts together a good team because their fan base is something else. They
They're
have
crazy.
they have an off the charts fan base that if that team starts, whether that team wins or not, I think they're going to be behind the team. But if that team starts to win, that fan base is going to lose it for that team because the Sounders and the Seahawks, like forget
Yeah.
it, like those fan bases are they're insane.
Insane.
They are insane. So I kind of hope because that would also make a very viable. I really want to see just like,
Vancouver, Seattle,
and
rivalry.
which is a big rivalry
Yep.
in MLS already.
Yep.
They hate each other.
Yeah.
And I want to see that kind of hatred in the NHL.
See, and that's the thing is like we talk about these rivalries that the NHL has and the way they schedule things. I know there's a lot of problems with like the way they schedule certain teams and how many times they play each other and stuff like that. I forget what it was. It's like the Devils play the Metro Division like 26 times, and then they play the Atlantic like 23 or something stupid.
the Rangers will only play the Islanders 3 times this
And
year.
it's before Christmas.
Why?
But
I
that
don't
happened to
know.
us.
They only
But
played
the
three
Devils
times.
But the Devils did that with the Rangers a couple years
They
ago.
didn't play until after Christmas.
Was it after Christmas? I thought
was
they had
after-
like some.
it was after.
3 times over the. You figure they'd be 4 to 6 for
It
like.
should be 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. None of it makes sense.
Uh-oh. Devils, pick us in. Is this an email
Devils.
asking for my money?
Yeah, of course it is.
On sale. Now, individual game luxury suites.
It happened so fast.
Oh, I got the same thing. Devils.
Oh, yeah. Look at that, trying to get
I
my
don't
money
even
already.
Deleted.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't even remember giving my email address to them, but
Apparently,
Probably, you want to know why they have your email? Because we went to that game over the season.
apparently we didn't hear it, but also Montreal booed the crap out of Slokowski when he was selected number 1.
Oh,
Really?
are you serious? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They
I
won it
heard
right.
when he was going on the red carpet, a lot of people were booing him. So
Stupid. Montreal does not know. Him and Suzuki are going to be like a top pairing
Yeah,
for
Shane
a
Wright.
while.
I think Shane Wright's going to be.
I think Slokowski will be better, but Shane Wright's going to be good. There's no doubt about it. It's just
No, he's going to be a good player, that's for sure.
Hawks, Luke Richardson as their head coach, trading Doc and DeBrincat. Krasinski, Frank Nazar in this draft with 7 and 13. So let's see, do they turn into Doc and DeBrincat? I don't think so.
Well, one's a defenseman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Taves is going to have to be Patrick Kane center, right?
Yeah. Well, DeBrincat wasn't a set. Oh, yeah, because Doc. Was Doc center in that team?
it's so true. Yeah.
That one's good.
They should have had somebody walk in and be like, "Oh, it's just Taves." Just Taves saying hi.
Yeah, Pete Blackburn. The only cool thing about being a Coyote is you get to play college hockey and NHL hockey at the same time.
Yeah.
You get your letter jacket and an NHL.
You get Jets last 5 first rounds: Chas Lucius, Cole Perfetti, Ville Heinola, Christian Vesalainen, and Laine.
Who's not there.
Nope.
407 games.
And the guy they traded for is also
Luke
going to be
Dubois,
gone.
also going to be gone. Yeah. I mean, Steve, you did say it best. Like when that trade happened, they basically got traded for the same team, just in 2 different countries.
Yes, it was the Ohio of Canada and the Winnipeg of
Pretty much
Of the
is.
US.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ohio.
Canada. Where are you
So-
guys going? I don't know. Ohio,
so-
Canada.
So when I did the bus trip to Columbus, because of what I do, in the early 1800s, everyone wanted to go to Ohio. So I made sure that I was up to visually see the bus crossing the Ohio border because I wanted to know. I wanted to see if there was something to see.
Yeah, like mountains of
Nothing.
majesty.
Nothing. I couldn't figure out why everyone
Amber
wanted to go
waves
to
of
Ohio
grain.
in the 1800s.
You know
Probably
what's
because
a
they had
shame?
good whores or something like that.
There was nothing there.
Good
It was
whores.
land. That was it. It was land.
We were
Land
all,
and prostitutes.
we were all so excited when Winnipeg got their team back, right? And now they're just like collapsing into obscurity again.
Well,
Although one of the best shirts that I have at home is the Comeback Kid Winnipeg ripoff.
I know that they lost out on having.
I still think they have such a nice jersey. By the way, you
Yeah.
know they're named the Jets because the original owner of the Winnipeg Jets asked permission of the New York Jets to be called the Jets because he was a big Jets fan.
That's probably why they haven't won anything. Also.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, the Jets stink on them. I know they did lose out on having Barry Trotz.
He's excited.
Robert McGroarty.
Wow, he
There he
went.
is.
He went pretty.
That's about where people thought he'd go, 15 to 20. So he jumped up actually a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, he jumped. He's pretty pumped though.
Yeah, I mean, it's doing pretty good.
I mean, you're getting drafted in the first round of the NHL. I mean,
Yeah.
not for nothing. Like, if I was a hockey player and they're like, you're gonna get drafted, I'd be like, oh, that's pretty neat. And you're gonna get drafted in the first round. I'd be like, as long as it's not the Rangers, I'd be all right. Even if in reality,
You know what,
though,
though?
in reality, I would slide that jersey on. And my skin would burn underneath, but I'd do it anyways.
You'd love every minute of
These
that.
of
these
course.
mid-round kids though are just ecstatic to go anywhere. You know,
Yeah,
it's,
dude.
it's the top 3 projected. They're just kind of like
They get upset because they're not one.
yes,
And then everyone
because
else gets pumped that they
a
got
title.
drafted.
It's a title you can carry for the rest of your life that you're a first overall pick.
Top-
And if you say you're a second overall pick, even though you know your career has been kind of whatever, you know.
Top tier hockey names: Rooker McGroarty and Seamus Casey.
Seamus Casey.
There's a Seamus.
Another guy with
Seamus
style.
Casey. He's
This
going to
guy's
come up and
cheers.
punch you right in the mouth.
He's got style too. A lot of U.S. players going.
You know,
A lot of
U.S.
It's
hockey
only
program
six.
has only gotten better.
How
and
many?
better.
How many
better,
U.S.
yeah.
hockey have? This is the second one that I've noticed between him and Logan Cooley.
3,
right?
I think, already.
Logan Cooley, him, and who
3 or
else?
4.
Let's see here. It was
Gutier, or however you say his name. The
Cutter.
fighter.
Gutier is,
Cutter Gauthier.
Cutter. Yeah,
Cutter.
Oh, I know. Cutter Gauthier was.
He's U.S.
he's U.S. He's Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
that's right.
this is the hockey prospecting model. Simon Nemec is one of the best D prospects the hockey prospecting model has ever seen. The model even undervalues him. Massive production in the Pro Slovakia League in his D1 and DY, like we've never seen from a draft-eligible pro-Euro player. Hockey prospecting loves Simon Nemec. Now, I don't know anything about hockey prospecting.
See, but the thing though, he's already playing against.
Did his
He's
dad
already
own a
playing
company?
against. He's already playing against men.
Oh,
Carl
Nazar.
Nemec.
Nazar as well. So 4 guys have been taken in the top 14.
But he's not playing against kids
Yeah.
in Slovakia. He's playing against men.
I
So-
honestly, I don't think
Yeah,
it's...
but that
it's-
goes back to the Kako thing. No offense, but like the whole like Jack Hughes Kako thing. Kako plays against men. Jack Hughes
Yeah.
plays against boys. That stuff is like neither here nor there. It's about the ice size.
Yep.
That's the first thing.
from talent.
Because if you're going from a European ice size, or if you're going
Yeah.
from Olympic size ice size, and you're going to the NHL,
The
it's a
adjustment
huge
is
difference.
massive, especially
You
if you're
have
going
way more
straight
room.
to the NHL.
Ex-
Yeah.
Exactly.
You need to develop a little bit, possibly in the minors or something to get used
Parents
to
are
that game.
thrilled.
Dude, there's
Some guys abandon it altogether. That they come for a season, they're like, no, and they go right back to Europe. And
Yeah.
then you never see them again.
yeah, exactly.
And they had a lot of promise, and then that was the end of it. So
Kakos had a
Because-
bad couple of years with that.
But
Learning English and becoming.
becoming adjusted to the NHL
Yeah.
style and the NHL game. And that's the thing too, is like it's like having if football wise, you had a kid that came out of Alabama. Everyone's like, this kid's legit. He came out of the best program in the country. That doesn't mean anything. You go against sub-level colleges, and you go against the SEC. But at the same time, like when you get to the pros, you're against the best of the best.
It's
So you can be the best, like you said earlier before. You can be the best at your level. It doesn't mean anything
How
unless you get
tall
to
is
the
this
pros.
kid?
Yeah.
How tall is this kid? Because what's her name is about as tall as him now.
Well, she's on the box.
Now she's got to be on the box.
I think she's on
he's
stairs.
like 6'4".
She's got to be on stairs.
Yeah, she is not that tall. She is not that tall.
Yeah, McGrody.
His name is already off his jersey.
Like,
I
who
didn't
are
know
you?
that
All right, so McGrady, Tyler Toffoli comparable, 6'1", 200 pounds,
A couple of Swedes left.
middle 6 guy.
I'm hoping still for 21, Miroshnichenko or Brad Lambert if he's there.
Brad Lambert, yeah.
Yeah. At 21.
You still have guys like Joakim Kemmel, the right winger from JIP, Finland, who's right at the top 10 guy. Yurov from Magnitogorsk from Russia.
So we're still in all the picks of the teams who missed the playoffs. Nashville, I guess, will be the first one who actually made the playoffs. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Buffalo, who sucked. Have yet to pick yet.
No, Buffalo
Oh, no,
picked.
they did pick once.
Yeah, they picked.
They still suck. Sorry, James.
They do
They
suck.
suck.
You suck.
Buffalo.
Friend of the podcast, Brock Besser.
Yep, Brock Besser, friend of the pod. I've slid in his DMs once again.
Oh, man. Did you ask him if he's going to be a Devil soon?
He just signed a 3-year deal.
Well, that's easily transferable.
Yeah.
Hey, no, you can take Pavel Zacha. I hear you guys are really big on him.
Maybe we have Jesper Bratt.
I think Jesper Bratt will. I think they'll re-sign him. If you remember the last time he signed a contract, it was really close to the beginning of the season. I think the same kind of model. It has nothing to do with trying to hold out for a certain amount of time. I just think it's whatever. Like they get it done when they get it done.
Yeah.
I think they'd be stupid to walk away with him unless they're going to package him for somebody that has a little bit more pop. Like
A
if you're
commodity.
gonna-
He's
Yeah.
restricted, right?
He's restricted, yeah. So if you're going to trade him away, you trade him with a package deal. Obviously, I thought it'd be the second overall, but you're going to package him with something else, maybe to go after a Kachuk or somebody like that. But
The
at
tricky
this point,
thing-
I doubt that's out. I
The
think
tricky
that's out
thing
the window.
about trading restricted free agents is you have to make sure
they're going to
There's
resign.
a deal in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
And that's why the
it's a waste.
DeBrincat
No one's
thing-
going to do it.
Everybody freaked out about DeBrincat not getting dealt to the Devils. They're like, oh, the Devils could have had a better package for him. Yeah, but he's got 2 years. You could have the same thing that we had with Taylor
a
Hall.
long-term rental.
Yeah,
it's a
you get that
long-term
2-year
rental.
deal.
If you don't have that guarantee he's going to stay, it's a long-term rental.
Right.
It's it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, for him.
Exactly. And then you're stuck with the same position you were,
Crap, yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Do we have breaking news?
No, Shroom was just saying that they're going to announce the GM of the year at today's draft. So that's
If it's
why-
not Brisebois, I don't know.
I believe it should be Esteban Echeverria.
It should be.
Oh,
It's
it could
between
be,
Brisebois
no, it could be
Because you
Sakic.
did put it together, a championship team there.
I did.
Esteban.
Could it be?
I
Could it be
did.
Joe Sakic? Is Joe
Yeah,
Sakic?
I know.
put
It's, I
together?
know
Sakic,
it's Drury.
uh,
It's Drury, Brisebois, and I can't remember the
I don't
third.
think it was Sakic, was it?
Sakic did a hell of a job. I'll tell you what.
Like Karamaki.
Jonathan Lekaramaki from Sweden.
At least he spells Jonathan correct.
That last name. That's hey.
Stupid.
Yeah,
What are you
hey.
hugging? Hey. Is that your
Hey.
sister?
Oh,
Oh,
we got a
Swedish bikini model.
got
Is he
something
from
going on
Sweden
up
or is
there.
he from
Oh,
Finland?
hey.
Is he a Swede or a Finn?
Oh, she covered up.
yeah.
She covered up.
She figured that out.
Figured it
All
out.
right.
You're on TV.
Sorry.
Lekaramaki
And we're
You're on
live.
TV, man.
We're live.
Oh, he
also.
is
You're on
Swedish.
From
man.
Sweden.
Because
He's 5'11".
I had I had been told from a Swede before that you can tell the difference between a Swedish last name and a Finnish last name because the Finns put extra letters that they don't need.
I thought is it
Like a
last
Q
names
and
are,
a
are
seven.
trickier, but you always know a Finn by the first name. That's for sure.
Yeah, but that's what I was told by a
Atu,
Swede.
Rati.
Kasperi,
Jonathan Eberle,
Timu,
comparable high-end
Saku,
shot.
Yarko. He was starting to say something.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying high-end shot. I was just giving you
That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Eberle,
That's it.
Eberle comparable, high-end shot. Below average compete level, but a decent skater. Significant goal scoring ability in the league.
Look at that. The mid part. It's like 1996 all over
Yeah, it
again.
is.
I believe I had that haircut in 96.
That was my senior picture, right? I think I had
The old
that.
butt cut. They call that the butt cut.
Oh, yeah.
the butt cut.
I was
Strom's
saying,
back.
I'm like, this kid's haircut is from like the
96.
90s or early
It's
2000s.
awfully greasy too. They're like, hey,
The butt cut's not to be confused with the butt fumble. Greatest play in
We could
football
always
history.
bring everything back to the Jets in some way.
circle it all back around.
It always comes back around.
I'm happy for you.
Proud parents.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta be happy. You put all that work in.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
all our parents drove to the rink at all odd hours.
You know
of
what
the
I
night.
watched? You know what I watched? Speaking of proud parents, I don't know,
Yellowstone?
have you guys
It's
seen
a great show.
King Richard?
Yeah.
About the Williams
No, I
sisters?
didn't see that. Yeah.
Pretty awesome. The one thing that was wild, and I don't know how much, I haven't looked into the accuracy of it all, but Venus was at the age of 14 offered a $3 million contract by Nike before she even played a single professional game.
Wow.
Right? And they had a meeting and she turned it down. Right? And they're from Compton, so they came from, poor upbringings.
Yeah.
Turned it down because she said that they never watched her play a single game. And then she played the first game professionally and they upped it to $4 million. She turned that down. And then she ended up losing to the number one ranked girl from Spain. I forget her name. And but then she waited. I think she waited 6 months after that first offer, and the offer went from that $3 million to $12 million.
Wow.
Where she finally signed a $12 million contract.
Patience.
Imagine that's such a
That's-
that's
that
so
takes
crazy. You
cojones.
know that? Yeah, right.
That's patience and
Be
knowing
patient.
your worth.
Knowing your
Be
worth,
patient.
right?
That's
and
knowing
then,
your worth, yeah.
And knowing that you
Confidence,
haven't
too.
seen me play. You don't know what I'm like. I don't feel comfortable taking this money
Well,
when
and-
you've never even seen me play a match before. And I don't know. It's such a
And for
great movie.
for a
It's a
company
ballsy
like
movie.
Nike, $3 million is nothing. $3 million is nothing
Yeah.
for a company like Nike.
Yeah.
So
Drop in the bucket.
that's knowing your worth right there.
5 minutes to go.
Oh, 5 minute warning. 5 minute
5 minute warning.
Now I'm like determined to be on this the
so
entire time.
We're not even gonna.
Now that Billy Dean is stepped down,
not even gonna get to the Penguins pick.
I'm determined to be on for the entire time.
And you haven't had to pee. You've been drinking water all night.
I know I've been drinking water.
Pretty much.
I feel quite
Beer
hydrated.
flavored water.
Feel quite hydrated. How will the Sabres screw this one up?
So,
Only JJ knows.
Only JJ knows the pain.
They'll go up there and pick somebody that's already been drafted, like in a fantasy draft.
I've done that. Oh, actually, no, I drafted somebody that was hurt. And I was like, I drafted him. I was like, no, I mean. And the guys I play fantasy football with were like, nope, you got to take that. Damn it.
I drafted somebody who's been arrested.
Dean, who was that? What was that story of a team drafting a fake player?
Oh, the Japanese kid?
Yeah, the Japanese kid.
How long ago was
Japanese
that?
kid.
Wait, what happened?
It's a draft story that Billy Dean dug up. It was like they drafted a fake person.
Like a Be a Pro from NHL 98?
I don't even know how to pronounce this.
Let's see. Taro Tsushimoto is the name of a fictitious ice hockey player who was selected, in quotes, by the Buffalo Sabres.
4 minutes.
183rd overall in the 11th round of the 1974 NHL draft. It was created in protest of how the NHL draft was carried out at the time. Deliberately slow via telephone, so the WHA would not know who was being selected. Look at that.
The more you know.
Shorts guy had a chance.
This is the best part.
But
That the NHL did not realize that player did not exist until much later.
Much later.
and it changed Buffalo's lives to invalid
Much
claim.
later.
So you're saying in the late 70s, Shorts guy had a chance.
You look at guys, professional athletes in the 70s and 80s, like they look like
Shorts guy had
regular
a chance.
dudes. Yeah.
JJ's shirt was Sugimoto.
No,
Good
player team.
Yeah,
We should totally do that.
we should.
Sweden.
I wish he was another
74, that's the number,
Rasmus.
because that was the draft year.
Buffalo needs another Rasmus.
They do. Instead, they drafted a 13-year-old. Look at this kid. Oh, how old is this kid?
He's 12.
Yeah, he's about 12. Still wearing a cage. He's under 18.
Yeah, and he could dangle all of us.
Oh, yeah.
I'd stop him. I'd stop that.
Stop.
He legit looks like he's 14.
Yeah, that's pretty slick. If that's your one highlight, though.
They're just showing the one highlight over
See,
and
that's
over
the
again.
thing is like, if they could show the same highlight over
Yeah, the
and over.
Uno
Just from a
highlight.
different angle.
Uno
Yeah.
highlight.
How'd you do? That one play?
Is there a way that you guys can embarrass somebody in the back?
Yeah.
And scream happy birthday, Christy.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
we can do that.
Yeah.
When?
All the way back there. Like all the way in the
Wow.
back.
Oh, so we have a special request.
Special.
Are we singing?
We should sing.
We no one
Bet to
wants to
go
hear
there?
us sing.
Nobody wants to hear us sing.
Yeah. We've been told to wish Christy in the back a happy
Yeah,
birthday.
Christy.
Yeah,
Happy
Christy.
birthday, Christy! Hey!
Hey.
Happy birthday.
Drafted number 1 overall by Mansfield's own.
Pasta grilled by Enzo. Look at that. Top draft pick. Tonight is Christy and her birthday. Happy birthday, Christy.
I can't see you, so I'm not
Christy,
going to guess
how old
your
are you
age.
today? Are we disclosing that number or no?
Let's open somebody 69. That's inappropriate. Inappropriate.
No, it is inappropriate.
A little bit inappropriate. Nashville. So finally, we're getting into playoff teams.
With only 3 minutes to go. 27. That's big
27.
age.
That is.
Life changing.
Prime
Yep.
of your career.
That is prime.
Yep.
Next year I turn
Have a good night.
27.
Enjoy the leftovers.
Esteban,
Have a
you
good night.
haven't been 27 in a few years.
You're on national
I-
TV. Have a good night.
What just happened?
They looked
Ooh,
mortified.
trade's announced?
Oh, trade?
Oh, they're announcing the award.
Oh.
So, you know, Gary Bettman, who do you think his successor will be?
I have no idea.
Do you think it's going to be Daly?
Daly? No. I hope not. I hate Daly.
Daly's been around forever, though.
I've met him a couple times. I don't like him.
He's a
Yeah.
choice word.
Yeah. I couldn't remember what podcast we were on. Let's the Devils can't curse. Hockey on Tap, we can curse.
You can't.
Can I hang out with you guys?
Yeah, of
one
course.
day?
No,
Yes.
we guess.
I'm gonna let it loose.
It just happened.
We go all, on
regardless.
Monday nights, we go all Grant Marshall. And it's just saying all. You should be a guest beer baron.
Dude, I 100% will be. If you guys will have me, I'll join on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Freckles McFreckles.
That's not a good angle.
Yeah.
Moly,
No, the
moly,
lighting
moly,
is not good.
I didn't notice that the first time you showed it.
Probably making fun of somebody
Who
and they're
is
like,
this?
that's like a god to us. Why would you do that?
Yeah, no
Is
idea
this
who
the? Are they announcing the GM of the year? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
So, Dean is quietly hoping it's,
He's hoping it's Drury.
Yeah,
Drury.
it is.
Trumbull, Connecticut's
They're going
own
to announce
Chris Drury.
a fellow Canadian as the winner.
Trumbull, Connecticut.
Why would they save it
The
until
mall
tonight?
was in Trumbull. That's the only thing Trumbull's known for. The Little League World Series and the mall. The Trumbull
It's like
Mall.
Tom's River.
Well, pretty much, yeah. The Trumbull Mall.
Hey, did you guys know it's Christy's birthday?
Hey!
She's
Christy's birthday.
She's 27.
Yeah,
27.
Christy.
Big 2-7. That's Scott Niedermeyer.
Yeah. It's a big age. 27.
27.
Stanley Cup champion, Scott
Oh,
Niedermeyer.
I start making life choices. It's going to get real hard, real quick.
Real
Third,
fast.
third,
Real
overall,
fast. It's gonna hit
third
you real
overall
hard.
pick for the Devils in the early 90s.
There you go. Tie it all
Oh, a
in.
defenseman. Oh.
What's happening?
I
Oh,
think-
Jim Gregory, GM of the year.
Gregory.
Just make the
gonna
damn
announce
pick.
You know
himself.
Just make the damn announcement.
what's confusing is how much of a big deal they're making of this award over like the rest of them. Why is
Yeah.
this one?
And imagine he comes up. Joe
No.
Sakic should have got it.
And just that. A
Breeze walk. Look at that.
And
The Rangers
good for you.
lose again. We can always.
Nobody
He looks
likes
so-
you.
He looks so mad because he knows that Jim Dolan's in his back pocket going, do something, do something, do something.
There's something irrational.
Do something.
Yeah, Joe Sakic should
There you
win.
go.
Not, you know what? But not because they won a Stanley Cup. But if you look at the development of that team and how he put it together,
Yeah.
100%.
At least the Devils owner didn't run anyone over with his boat.
The Jim Gregory, General Manager Award of the Year.
Although I got to say, Brisebois' handling of the cap over these last 3 years has been really
Team of the
Criminal?
award of
criminal,
special little
maybe.
box.
All by
Special
the
little
rules,
box.
but also sort of brilliant.
Joe Sakic.
Hey.
So
Yeah.
three,
Good
for
three
him.
consecutive years, Brisebois has never won GM of the Year. Am I correct in this?
Yeah.
Right? He hasn't won at all. Back-to-back Stanley Cups, making it to another Stanley Cup, and still can't win the GM
Nope.
of the Year.
And Kevin Costner is accepting the
Yeah.
award for Joe Sakic.
At least it's not.
And also,
Drury.
John Cooper.
And Cooper can't get nominated for Coach of the Year either.
He did win during the President's
Because they
Trophy
know
year,
they're
correct?
cheating in some way. They're like,
I don't think he. I think he was
circumventing.
nominated, but I don't
Well,
think
He didn't win for the
That-
Presidents?
he won. I don't think so. I don't think he's won it.
He's never won.
I don't think he's ever won
If
Coach
he's
of the Year.
never won Jack Adams
I don't think he has.
as the
Brisebois-
best coach in the
Brisebois doesn't win
NHL.
because he circumvented the cap.
Yep.
But he
And-
didn't.
and-
He didn't
and the
though.
team,
It's
like,
all by the rules. That's the
flaunted
crazy part.
I
That's
know.
why he deserves the award
But it's
because
cap
he's
silver.
taken the rules and he's followed them to the punctuation mark,
You're correct. He's
and still
followed
been
them.
9-10 million over the cap every time.
But he's followed him. The league has looked at it and said, yeah, no, we can't be doing that.
No, but they're still doing it. The league is still totally cool with it. Look at Vegas.
And look what they did.
Vegas
And
didn't
look
make
what
the
they
play,
did.
they didn't make the playoffs, and they were almost 20 million over the cap. It's just insane.
Joe Sakic is kind of for
It's Kevin Costner.
our middle-aged older crowd. He kind of looks like Huey Lewis.
The lighting in this place
I think
is
if
terrible.
Huey Lewis and Kevin Costner had a baby.
Would they star in Waterworld?
Nobody would have.
No way. If you haven't watched Yellowstone yet,
They've had more.
please.
They would have more sense than that.
Kevin Costner, he revived his career with that show. I think Waterworld has been forgiven because of that.
I don't know. The Simpsons have told me that it's a pretty awesome video game.
Video game. How much? Here's a good trivia question.
Quarters.
How much was it
Like
to
40
play?
quarters.
It's like 40 or 37, 40, something like that.
This shouldn't be a thing.
Why?
The
I don't
draft.
understand
Just
why they
let
wouldn't
the
do
draft
this at the,
go.
at the awards. It
Why?
makes- I mean, I
Like,
understand the,
congratulations, Joe Sakic. Like, I'm
the
happy for
playoffs
you,
were
but
going
come
on
Oh my
at the
god.
time. but
ESPN is trying to
Oh my gosh.
do they really?
up the ante. All right.
He's a
Good
hell of a
for
GM, yes.
Good
but
job.
Yep.
Congrats.
Like that, I don't
Normally I run-
understand why this got more of a ceremony than any other award in the league. It's weird.
And up. Here come the playoff teams. Nashville.
Where's our pizza?
On the clock.
And
1 minute. Apparently, it's been like 5 minutes for 10 minutes.
1 minute.
We have a fan that visit us.
Yes, we
Yeah.
have a
Thank
fan.
you.
Yeah, but thank you to all the people that did come out.
Yeah.
Everybody listening, everybody came out. Yeah, of course. This is
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone commenting at home. I know we don't
Facebook
read
Live.
comments much anymore because we're just busy.
Well, today is a little tough.
Yeah,
'cause,
today's-
I have
yeah.
to-
It's also fun for me to hang out with you guys. Like
Yeah.
I never get a chance to
Never
actually
see
hang out
you
with
guys.
you
You
guys.
got to come on a Monday night.
I know.
You got to come on
I
a
have
Monday
to do
night.
it. We have to do it.
A crossover
Oh,
event.
if I could curse, it
Could
might
be a crossover.
Yeah, it might be worth it if I could just swear.
Yeah, well, you can swear.
They're gonna be like, oh.
Hey.
We said we'd make it R, not triple X, dude. Like,
NC-17. Oh, you got the same exact one.
Hey.
I got a pizza.
Vegan pizza?
Yeah.
all right,
Look
man.
at that. Sam's queuing up music, I think.
Oh, here we go.
There it is.
I would like the world to know that I was on this entire stream.
Yeah,
You were.
and you didn't take one break to,
I did
to
not.
use
You
the
didn't
little
pee?
boys room.
I did
I
not.
Except for
didn't
your
use little
pants,
boys room.
but-
No, all dry.
I want to give Sean a little
right.
talking
He
time.
wins the Christie's birthday podcaster of the
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Christy.
birthday, Christy. I heard it was a birthday.
I didn't even know Christy. I can't even see who Christy
I haven't
is.
met Christy yet. I hope
Nope.
she comes. to say
Christy,
hi.
should you come out here? Christy, you want to come out here and say hello?
Yeah, you can be on camera.
Christy, come
Yeah.
on here.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Jesus.
terrible. I can't lean that far.
No, you cannot.
That was a sound I didn't want to hear.
We got Nashville coming up, a bunch of other picks, including Pittsburgh.
We need Christy's remarks on the last pick of the night before we exit.
Yeah.
Still waiting.
We really need
Who's
to bring.
heading- who's-
We have to bring the podcast to Nashville.
Oh, God, that'd be amazing.
Oh, it would be a
Yep.
mess.
We're at the music, Sam.
Christy, you want to give your thoughts?
Hey!
Happy birthday, Christy.
Happy
Might be
birthday.
sweating.
Hi.
How you doing? Happy birthday.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you. I'm doing great. It's not officially my birthday yet. It's tomorrow.
Oh,
But
still.
Okay,
it's
but
close.
still,
It's
still
coming.
26. Hold on to that moment for a little bit
I
longer.
know.
Yeah.
I know. Turning 27. So
So
Very
who's your favorite
cool.
hockey team?
Devils, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, sing, sing.
There you go.
There you go.
Of course. Of
Oh,
course.
cool. You guys have big plans after this, or is this the
This
big
is it.
deal?
This
So what
is
happens
really
when you get
it.
older? The big plans start to get a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I'm expecting in
Oh,
November.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey,
So
congratulations.
My
I
wife
can't
as well.
have too much fun. But
Shirley
next year,
Temples.
Next year.
Shirley
yeah.
Temples on the
exactly.
Yeah, right?
Exactly. Next year. So.
Very cool. All
That's
right.
awesome, yeah.
Well, happy birthday to you.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations. Congratulations to
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah.
All
Enjoy.
right. Well, have a great night.
Yeah.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah.
Have a great night and have fun.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Awesome. You're welcome.
Thank
All right,
you.
Sam,
Happy
once again,
birthday.
thank you everybody for coming out, everybody on Facebook Live.
Come on screen.
Thank
Want
you
to
very
come on
much,
screen?
Enzo's Pasta Grill.
Yeah.
Having us out here, all the fantastic wait staff. Please, everybody, come out, enjoy dinner, and
Pizza's great.
Yes.
Beer's cold.
Food's amazing.
It's all you need. It's all you need.
And by the way, that bolognese is really good.
on this
And their paper straws are high quality.
paper straws, high quality paper straws.
High quality.
All right, thanks, guys.